Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy JUDGEMO. Man United are giving Bruno Fernandes a new contract, the new era of Manchester United after losing yesterday to Manchester City in the Community Shield. Arsenal are ready to be Premier League champions. No one can tell me otherwise. They are ready to be Premier League champions. They have to have chest. Arsenal have to win the league now. They look absolutely immense offensively and defensively now. And Enzo Maresca has one aspect of playing football. It's just going forward. Chelsea now have one aspect of playing football. They think football is only going forward. We're going to talk about it. Pedro Neto, Nkunku, Palmer. Where do these people rank in the Premier League in forward line? If they add Osimhen, should the target be winning the Premier League? If you have Osimhen and you have Pedro Neto, Caicedo, Enzo, Lavia, Malo Gusto, Cucurella, European champion, should it be winning? Should it be at least challenging for the league? Or should it only be top four? We'll talk about that as well. There are no news on Zubamendi for Liverpool fans. We're waiting for tomorrow to add Zubamendi to the list of Jude, Lavia, Caicedo. We're waiting for tomorrow because that would be
Germany,
fun.
they'll play about Germany too.
That'll be absolutely fun. But listen, Pedro Neto's there. The one who made the slate is Chez. We just see he's not professional. He's not on camera. I'm calling him out. Of course, and Ahmed was asleep. He just woke up. Big up everybody that joined us. If you're watching this now, hit that like button, people. We need to get to the likes up as quickly as possible to help the show. And if you're watching this on the replay, before you go and enjoy the show, the target is 500 likes. Your like will help the channel, will help the show reach new audience. It is something that helps the algorithms. And also, turn on the notification bell. Let's get to 100 likes now. Turn on the notification bell for the show, for Footy JUDGEMO. But big up everybody that is here. Listen, Faisal here. Thank you, Habibi. Appreciate you from Saudi Arabia, Faisal is from Saudi. Ahlan Habibi. Pasha, can we get predictions for match week 1? We'll get it on Thursday's show. We'll do the predictions actually for the Premier League and for match week 1 on Thursday. We'll do a show Thursday where all these guys will have to predict where their teams are going to finish, Faisal. But we'll see. All I know is that Man United are getting slapped from Fulham and Chelsea are getting slapped from Man City. That's all I know from in the first weekend. But listen, big up everybody that joined us. Absolutely fantastic panel here. We got Dio, of course, back with us, Dio. I'm so happy that Dio is here with us. We got Ahmed supporting Man United. Ahmed Diallo here. We need to call him Ahmed Diallo. We need to call him Ahmed Diallo. Basically,
Diallo,
actually.
And
we got Al, the new name for Ahmed, Chelsea fan, of course. And we have Shez, who you only can see his picture on the screen, of course, Shez. But big up everybody that joined us. Hit that like button. Where do we start? I'm actually going to leave it to the audience.
There's some breaking news. Actually.
Yeah, man, there's breaking news still.
Apparently, Omorodion deal is off, and Chelsea apparently close to agreeing with Osimhen according to some El Chiringuito source.
So another source said that due to the Samu deal falling through, Chelsea's main priority is with Osimhen. So basically, I think I don't know if Samuel's a smoke screen or not, but
I'll send it to you now, bro. 1 second, I'll send it to you.
I don't know if Samuel's a smoke screen or whether it's just like coincidental, but you can piece it together if you want to. I don't really know.
There you go.
Why would you do that with someone's career as a smoke screen? That's some nonsense. Like I think if they did that as a smoke screen, that is horrible. You don't do that to people. If you don't want the player, then don't bother going in for him to that extent. You can ask questions from his agent, you can ask questions from people at the club, but you don't go making a bid, putting up pictures and all that.
Who's this guy?
He's El Chiringuito, apparently. It's very reliable, apparently, in Spain.
What is he saying?
Ornstein and Fab will probably come out with a more like substantial update regarding what
he's saying that Samuel Omorodion to Chelsea has fallen through. The deal is broken due to changes in the contract.
I don't know what that means, to be fair.
So that means whatever contract they had initially agreed with,
who made the changes in the contract?
We don't know yet. We don't know.
Oh, okay. It is
either side. It could be either
side. But it just shouldn't. I just hope it's not a smoke screen because that'll be terrible for anybody's career. You can't just try and uproot somebody from somewhere, make them make all those plans, and then turn around and say, "Well, my real target was." You can have a list and make your list known and go for who you want to go for. If they turn you down, go for the next person. Right? It's that simple.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but you're way overinflating it.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm just saying now. You said some people might take it as a smoke screen, and I said I hope it's not a smoke screen because
what I'm saying is
for anybody's career.
Let me land. What I was saying is when you go for a player, for example, Gyökeres as an example, if there was another striker on the market, you might use that as a ploy in order to get Sporting Lisbon's price down to show you've got other alternatives. During that process, you're still going to be talking to your alternative striker, just in case Gyökeres deal falls through. So you're not using him, but you are using him. So you know you're not going to go.
No, but that's what I said. Ches. There's a difference between there's a difference between talking to two strikers at a certain level and at the level where you're talking about the contract gets broken because something got changed. It means you have reached contract stages with one striker and the other striker you haven't. If you're talking to both of them and still negotiating and sorting things out, it's understandable that you're showing that, I have options, so the other team can drop the price. But to then get to the contract level where it's like all we have to do now is sign. We've talked about medicals. That's not smoke screen anymore. I mean, that's not trying to use that as this thing. I think that's just the contract broke down. It broke down for whatever reason. I don't know the details. I'm just saying,
again, maybe it's from his side. You know what I mean? It might not even just be from
it can be from anybody's side. All I'm saying is that I'm saying I agree. I don't know the details. Like I said, I'm not blaming Chelsea. Neither am I blaming the player. I'm just saying when you get to the contract stage and it breaks down at the contract stage, that should, you can't get to the contract stage because you're trying to use the player to drop the price of another player. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I personally agree with you. I don't believe so. I know the club was really liked the player. I will give you that one.
I think something went wrong in something went wrong. I don't know the details, but
there was a lot of reports quite recently saying that obviously Omorodion, to Chelsea, Omorodion might be going out on loan actually if Osimhen comes in. So maybe that might be another aspect to it.
Well, I guess since they didn't put that in the original contract that will put you on loan, if that's the case, then he has every right to be upset and say no. And I don't blame any player who doesn't want to, you know.
That might be it, though. You never know, of course, right?
Yeah, we don't know what it is. I just wanted to clarify that I definitely hope that Chelsea did not get to the contract stages as a smokescreen to drop the price of Victor Osimhen. That would be very unfair. That's all I said. I'm not blaming Chelsea. I don't know, but
100%,
but I doubt. Yeah, I doubt that's what it is for me.
Hold on. Where does that take Chelsea, though? Pedro Neto, Chelsea get Osimhen. Where does that get Chelsea?
That's a good forward line. That's a forward line that can. That's a forward line that
How
can
good?
trouble.
How good? Osimhen, Nkunku, Palmer, Pedro
They should
Neto.
be getting top 4, mate. That's what they should be getting. Top
So
4.
here's the difference. No, I don't think they'll
that's
get
minimum top 4.
They should be, bro. They should be. Listen, they're adding like Neto, and they've got Nkunku and Cole Palmer here. They've got so much firepower in the attack that they should be doing so much better than what they did last season.
It takes a complete team to be able to.
I think for me,
defensively, that would be your downfall. Like you have with those strikers, I dove my hat. That's the strike force up front that any team will suffer from. But the problem with that team, Chelsea team, is because of how Maresca plays, attack, high line, your defense is not as solid. Any counter, these teams will easily come back 3-4-4. So that's what the problem. You might score 2-3 goals, and then
bro. So I'll probably say wait until 11 p.m. Probably wait until 11.
Oh, okay,
yeah. What I will say to you guys, listen, from an attacking perspective, we're looking very strong. We're up there at least with the very best teams. If these guys can play consistently for us as one of the best attacks, that's for sure. Now, to hear Dio's point about the defense, I just think the issue of our defense is that at times, the plays that we have, there's a lack of urgency at times. That's what I think it is more so than anything else. When we had, I think for Fana in this game, probably the mistake he made, actually, it's really good, I would say. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I just think my issue for me more is that, when we've got guys like Buddy Shaw and Levi Cole, they're a bit more passive defenders, not the aggressive guys. You know what I mean? Like Bego, we saw.
They don't suit Maresca's style. That's what the problem is.
So not necessarily. I don't necessarily.
I chime in as well.
Yeah. I think they suit them. They suit them, bro. It's just it is. I think they just need to be a bit more. When the warning sign happens, they need to be able to at least be able to get stuck in for attack. That's what
So what it is that obviously in the preseason games and less slow recently because we've actually tightened up a bit. I know Man City was 4 goals, but if you watch the game, we literally gave them a goal and had a penalty. So it's like how you going to see that? But anyway, regardless of that, like you can use the last 4 games and go, well, you can see the 4 goals here, 3 goals here. Your defense is going to be a problem. I agree with that, but that's what time is for. That's what training pitch. That's what the behind the scenes training is for. Like we're not a team that I think will walk into the season be defensively sound straight away or even competently. I feel like the system's going to take time. So attacking wise, we've got better attackers in quality anyway, so that would always improve quicker. Defensively has always been the question mark. So I'm not expecting things to drastically just improve next week against City or against, I think we've got Wolves away or whatever it is. So that's all it is. Like, I don't really think anything of it. Like I've already said someone vaguely, it might take 5 to 10 games before you see a solid running. That might mean you drop points that might not get you third, but you might still be in a top 4 battle. So if that's what I'm looking at, I'm not going to sit here and complain about, I find it very ironic how the same people who are telling me you should be fighting for a title don't rate my squad. Apparently your squad is 6th best in the league. So how is Pedro and Osimhen?
But you need to understand, you adding Osimhen and Neto changes the whole picture.
This is why, when people going over the top going, you need to sign experience. So the goalpost kept on moving. It was, you need to sign better quality. Then it was, you need to sign experience. And then you guys are like making these statements like we weren't going to do it. And that's why I've always been consistently saying, it's calm. It's calm. Now,
but it didn't look like you were going to do it.
That's what I'm saying, because people are too quick to sit there and make statements. It's too quick.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. I said this to Ziad this morning. I said this to Ziad this morning. If any team in the league, any team in the top 16 went to a window with a squad like Chelsea, with Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, regardless of the money, these names are good. You have Malo Gusto, you have Reece James, and you have Kukurea, European champion. and you have a Cole Palmer from last season and Nkunku, and you add to that Neto and Osimhen, the minimum target that would be asked to anyone would be challenging for the league. I'm not saying to win it, but be there and thereabout. Any team, and I mean any team, if Erik ten Hag got an Osimhen and a Pedro Neto, and he has a team like Chelsea, he was going to be asked to challenge for the league. But Chelsea need context. Oh, we hired a new manager. Oh, but our players still make mistakes defensively. Oh, but the setup is not well. It will take him 10 games. But if you hired, and I'm just saying this again, if you hired an experienced manager, if you hired an Ancelotti with this team, and you give Ancelotti Osimhen and Pedro Neto in this window, right? And a midfielder he asked for, which is Shrewsbury Hall, is a midfielder that Maresca asked for, the minimum would be, we need you to challenge. There is a team ready.
But Mo, I agree with
but
you,
the context, let me just finish the point, because this is very important.
Yeah, go on.
You heard, I know you heard me, but the viewers didn't. I know that you did. I know you did, and I know. My point about this is that Chelsea fans, not you, but a lot of people everywhere, are asking rivals and pundits to have context. It's a process. But no one is giving, but Chelsea fans themselves don't get other clubs context. They don't give Ten Hag context. They don't give Arteta context. They don't. They judge them based on the expectations, based on the current situation. They say, Arteta, you need to win the league. But they don't have the context of but they have Pep Guardiola at Man City. Chelsea fans always ask us to give context. We have a new manager. Our team is young. Our owners are finding their feet. We are trying to hire the best in business. Blah, blah, blah. Why should rivals give you context? Why should rivals give you leeway?
With how much Chelsea have spent, and the players that they're getting, their expectations should be through the roof. Do you get it? They should be at least challenging, bro. These aren't new owners that just came in. They've been here for how many years now? I don't know how many years they've been. They've spent about £1 billion. So I don't know why. I'm not saying these lot say it, but they're trying to play underdog mentality with I
don't think speak for us two here, innit? Because you can't see every Chelsea fan because you don't know.
But that's the general consensus, though, innit? It's the general.
If you say don't speak for other Chelsea fans, I want you also to address Chelsea fans. I want you.
No, but I obviously make content. I speak to Chelsea fans quite a lot daily on streams. I do as well. Group chats, and numerous amount of them. So I do hear a general viewpoint. And what I would say is, I don't think any Chelsea fans say they don't want to push on. They just don't think it will happen. That's the difference. So, for example, if you're let me start with this. You're using hypothetical about the manager, and I don't think anybody with a logical brain is going to disagree with you and say if we hired Nagelsmann and Osimhen and Neto, we wouldn't be a bit more optimistic about the season. But then that's a really weird argument to use because we could sit here all day and use that argument and ifs for all different teams. So unfortunately, we did get a new manager. So that is context. As much as a rival fan, you might want to remove it. It's just a fact. So the reason why you bring up Arsenal as a poor example, they've been 5 years into this. And even Arsenal fans from last year saying we have to win the league. So even they've reached a certain point. That will soon happen with Chelsea fans, even next season.
But the context of Arsenal is that Pep Guardiola, the greatest manager, arguably over the last 10 years, is still in the same league. And so when you give you expect context for yours, but then hold on, but then you say to Arsenal fans, blah 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 blah. So that's the point. That's what we talk about. I didn't finish my point. Respect. That's what we mean by context. That's what I mean by context.
I know, obviously, but what's his name? Mo asked a stupid question. He said, "Why should rival fans give you guys context?"
That's don't ask stupid questions.
You're not meant to give us context. Rival fans don't need to use context because they're rivals. It's their job.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we as Chelsea fans can give it for ourselves. We don't
want to hear the context.
Yeah, but that's the point, though. So if we don't give, so if we say to you that we expect you to challenge, we don't need to give you context because that's what you're saying. You won't give me context, so I won't give you context because right now, hold on, right now, if you sign Pedro Neto, you have Cole Palmer, you have Nkunku. I pray you sign Osimhen, so there'll be no excuses. And I really don't care. You have rated Maresca. You said Endo Maresca has won the championship, and so because of that, he's the greatest manager of all time. And he himself came out and said, he himself came out and said he's here to challenge for the league. Okay, great stuff. I pray you get these players. I pray they stay healthy. I pray there's no injuries. So now that I've given you all of this context, and I pray you get the players you want. I pray they don't have any injuries. I pray Maresca does well. You have to go and challenge and win the league. If
All right,
Chelsea
then
doesn't,
that's-
if
so that's
Chelsea,
your
if Chelsea,
opinion.
if Chelsea
In the
doesn't,
league,
if Chelsea
win the
doesn't
league is a
challenge and win the
stretch.
league,
And
no,
the
no,
league-
no, no, no.
No,
No,
listen,
no,
listen,
no,
no,
we'll do the
let
same.
him-
We'll
no,
do
he
the
wants to
same.
win that.
No,
That's
no,
his
no. We'll do the
context,
same
that's his
thing that you
context.
do
Let
to
him
every
go.
team. If Chelsea
That's his
doesn't challenge,
context.
listen, if Chelsea doesn't challenge for the league after spending over $1 billion in the last couple of years and all of these changes that you've made, including the experience, because remember, we told you last season, your players were young, had experience. Now you're adding the Pedro Neto who has experience. You're bringing an Osimhen who has experience. At least we cannot say Cole Palmer doesn't have any more Prem experience. He does. He's showed that he can do it now. One season going. You have Nkunku. Yes, we may not have seen a lot of him, but we know the talent is there. So we now know that your bunch of forward line, there's no excuse for no experience anymore. If you bring in an Osimhen and you bring in a Pedro Neto is already
Where
in.
do you predict Chelsea to finish with Tottenham?
I expect you to be challenging. I expect you to be neck on neck on the last
I've
day
asked you, where do you think we're gonna finish?
you and City fighting, all three of us on the last day for whoever wins the league.
If we're not, we flop. If we're not, we flopped.
Yeah, he flopped. Yeah.
That's fine. That's always fair.
This is what I like to call Dio's delusion. You know what I mean?
Of course, it's delusion.
No. But you see,
That
you
is
just
delusion.
no.
That
But
is
you just said
delusion.
you just
It's okay,
said
bro.
no.
Me.
You just said
It's a right day.
you just said no. Ahmed. You just said no. You just said you said no.
I'm
You
just
said
saying
no context for
You
me.
heard what you said.
You said no context for me, so no context for you as well.
No. Listen, you
So
are
it's not
free to believe
delusion.
it. You are free to believe it, but at the same time, I can still call it delusion.
Exactly. Well, fine. You're right.
There you go.
I think
The same way.
And I want to say this: if only he had the same energy for his own club.
Oh yes,
That's
I
what
do
I'm gonna say.
actually.
I
Yes,
find
I
it so
do.
ironic.
Yes, I do.
Like this about
By the way, Ches,
he was on here with all the
if you don't know, you see,
Let me finish
I'm
off.
not
Let me
Ches.
finish
Ches, I'm
Let
not
me finish off
I'm
what
not
saying.
disingenuous.
Don't
I'm not
interrupt.
disingenuous like
It's
you.
rude to interrupt.
I'm
Mo,
not
check
disingenuous
private,
like
check
you.
private, check private,
These
yeah?
Arsenal
Let's
fans were saying,
I
we need
am
to
not
win something.
disingenuous
We need
like
to win
you.
something. You don't
Yeah?
win anything, nothing changed.
Mo,
Nothing
tell him,
changed.
Mo, tell him what I said last season before the season
It's
ended.
embarrassing, man. How's some
Ask him
He
what-
didn't
ask him
pass
what-
his medical, apparently. It's not even in the contract.
Tell him what I said. Tell him what I said, Mo, last season before the season ended.
What happened?
I said,
Just
the
quickly,
fact that-
Dio, just quickly
Go on.
some little
Yeah,
bit.
go on.
Apparently, it's actually to do with the fact that he didn't pass his medical.
oh,
That's what they're saying. So this Relevo, which is like a pretty reliable, what's it called, thingy, because that's where like.
that's a fair
So
reason.
like it says that according to Relevo, Samu has not satisfactorily.
I don't know why do we
passed his medical.
care. I don't know why Dio defends. Even if Chelsea reach a contract thing and they actually disagreed on the contract, I don't see it. That happens all the time.
No. I was
That's
just
what I'm saying. I know him.
More.
That
happens.
More.
You know what?
More.
Like, that happens
More.
all
More.
the
More.
time,
More.
bro.
More. Dio just wants to crash it on Chelsea.
Like, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm gonna give you an example. Hold on. Hold on.
Mo, let me Mo. Chad said it might be a smokescreen, and I said I hope it's not. I responded to what Chad
It's
said.
not that
I didn't
deep
bring it
either
up.
way. That's what I'm
Chad was the
saying.
one who said this. Maybe it's a smokescreen, and I said I said I hope it's not. That's all I said.
It's not that deep, though.
That's all I
Like, it's
said.
not that
I did
deep.
not listen. So I didn't
What
question
a
Chelsea.
club can
Chad's
agree a
portion.
fee. A club
Chad's
can agree
did.
everything, and the guy goes sits on the table and asks for a 2-year extra
They
or
say
a 1-year
no.
extra, and the club says
Yeah.
no. The deal is off. Done. It. Go back home. Like Conor Gallagher, they agreed everything. Conor Gallagher wanted 1 more year. You know that. You know the whole
Yes.
deal was gonna collapse on Conor Gallagher asking for 1 more year on the contract.
Literally.
So
1 more.
so-
They agreed everything, bro.
Mo.
They agreed
Mo.
everything at the last minute,
Mo.
brother.
Mo.
Everything got
Mo.
agreed at the last minute.
Mo.
Imagine that.
Mo, I
But
will
yeah,
not.
they don't make
Yeah,
no
I'm not-
We will
difference,
not.
man.
Mo.
understanding
We
why
will not. No,
even-
Mo. We will not.
Unless you are telling me that Chelsea tricked them, Dio.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. Ches was the one. We were sitting here and they said Omorodion deal off, and Ches said it might be a smoke screen. And I simply said, I hope it is not, because it's not good for any player to get to that stage and that should happen to them.
It's not
That's
that
simply
deep.
what I said. I never said, I was never the one that said Chelsea did anything.
You know
I
what,
said
man?
I
Dio just
said-
No,
wants
but
to
Dave,
crash
Ahmed,
what Mo was saying
Ahmed,
is,
stop it,
it's not
stop it.
that
Dio
deep.
Stop
Dio
it.
just wants to
I will
crash
not
any
listen.
chance, bro. That's
Listen.
what
I will not. I will not. No.
It's not
I
that
will
deep.
not.
it is,
I
bro.
was
He's
not the
still
one who brought it up.
It's okay,
I
bro.
did
It's
not.
okay.
Listen,
Like,
I did
but-
not
One
bring
at
it
a
up.
time. One at a time.
I will
One at
not
a
do
time.
this. I will not
Go
do
ahead,
this with.
Dio.
I will not do this with Chelsea fans. I didn't bring it up.
Okay.
You brought it up, and I simply said, I hope it is not true. I simply added, I hope it is not true, because it's not good for any player to get to that stage. It's not a nice thing to do. That's what I said. I didn't talk about it being a smokescreen. Ches brought it up. You can go back to the stream at the very beginning
No one said
and
I
see who
didn't
said
bring
it.
up.
Exactly. So if I'm responding to something that you said, how is it Dio that is questioning Chelsea?
No,
Man,
you
use
didn't
your-
even listen
use
to what
your-
Mo
use your
said. You
minion
didn't even
brain
listen to
now.
what he said. Mo didn't say who brought it up. He doesn't care. He's just saying your rebuttal didn't make any sense.
What was my rebuttal?
it.
My rebuttal. What was my rebuttal?
Your
My
rebuttal
rebuttal
was
was
this. Verbatim,
that
what
I-
you said was, wait, one sec, hold your mouth. You're talking a lot. What you
Yeah,
said
go on.
was like on the lines of Chelsea are in the wrong for
I
taking
never
all
said
that
that.
way.
Ahmed, what did I say? I said I don't have any information, and I hope this is not true. Like the smoke screen.
If
What
it is
you
true,
said.
what's the big deal?
No, I said you said
Right.
smoke screen, and I said that is. I'm talking generally now as somebody who is a neutral. I said for me it is unfair if it is a smoke screen. If you do that at the smoke screen. Now, if you go for a player genuinely and the deal breaks down, it breaks down. But if you get to the stage
But Dio, can I ask you a question, my brother? Yeah, all of that stuff.
Why are we,
who
can we,
cares?
last point, because we need to go
Who
back to
cares?
Osimhen, because forget
Yeah, I
Omorodion.
don't know how we do.
That's not important at all.
it's not.
it's
but,
not-
so why did you
yeah,
bring it
but
back
who
up
cares?
then?
How did we get here?
Why did you bring it back up then, Mo? You brought it back up. You said it's not important.
No, I brought it back because Ahmed brought out the medical thing, not me.
Yeah.
You remember
no,
that the
there we
medical
go.
thing.
There we go. He brought out
Yeah.
medical, and that's the fair reason to terminate the contract. And that's what I said. Simple.
Okay, back to be honest with you guys, and I want Chelsea fans to tell me the truth in the chat, right? You get Osimhen, you have Lavia and Caicedo as DM, Malo Gusto, whoever center back you're gonna get, or you're gonna buy, or you're gonna release, Defco Korean left back. How competitive this team is, honestly speaking.
It's
You
not-
remember,
it's
Shez, me
very-
and you
it's very
spoke about
questionable.
this on a show when I said if Chelsea get a established attacker, they're a real threat. And I'm
I
not
agree
saying
with-
real
I
threat.
agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Like
The
there's
only
no
part-
hiding. There's no
No,
hiding.
no, no.
Amazing
This is-
talent.
But the only
Up
thing I'm
there.
saying, I agree with you, by the way. Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, I don't disagree with
Okay, go
anything you're saying. I just find it very ironic. I mean, Ahmed less so because he's a bit more like he sees the squad where he said 6 the other day. So I told me if I'm wrong. You said 6 the other day is where you think Chelsea finished. I said challenge for top 4. So that's a slight variation there. But it's funny how everyone else rating my squad 7th or 8th in the league. You won't get higher than 6th. You'll be lucky to get top 4. And all of a sudden now, 2 players come in.
Now the pressure's on, bro. Now the
drastically
pressure's on.
So when I was rating my players before, now I look okay, don't I? Like now I don't look so delusional, innit?
But everybody said that if you added
Mm.
experience to your team, I mean,
Well,
what are
you're
you
all
missing
never there.
here?
You're not
We
listening to
said
my point.
we said if you're going with the same team without adding anybody that doesn't have experience.
Oh, you
Ahmed,
see,
we've
you
said
see,
this
this is
many
my
times.
point. Then you can respond.
We've
Like,
said
I
this
don't
many
know.
times.
So
My
I
issue
wanna.
isn't
now
that,
that
yeah,
you're
my
adding
issue
experience,
with
now
me-
that you're adding experience, we
Yeah.
expect that you should be able to now change
This is
your
my point.
expectation.
People are too quick to jump the gun. 1 minute it was, oh, you guys don't sign anybody with experience. Then we sign some experiences. It's not good enough experience. Then we add good enough
Who
experience.
said that?
No, I'm talking about generally speaking. You've
Yeah,
heard
no,
this on
okay,
this.
go on.
You've heard about this. I'm not lying. Then it was the experience you got is injury prone. Neto. Now you get Osimhen. Oh, there's no excuses anymore. But you guys were the ones telling me beforehand that top 4 is a mad thing. And my squad isn't that good.
Man,
Before you added these players to your squad, before you added the Osimhens and the Netos who have experience, top 4 was
Osimhen's not here, man. But
hold on,
don't
I
think
know. I
it's
said I'm saying that let's say let's say
hypothetical.
in an ideal world, Osimhen comes.
to be honest with you, Shez, if Omorodion deal falls off, you're getting a striker. Only one name on
Yeah,
the
but I don't know about
market.
Osimhen. I've already said in this stream, I'm like 60
All right.
40 sure.
So
I'm not like, yeah.
so Ches,
I'm not in the know. I'm not in the know.
Mm.
But again, every pointer points towards.
And like I don't
You
know.
know that Fabrizio
Romano.
Romano today said that he
True,
really said
yeah,
to the
yeah.
club, "I am not playing this season for Napoli." So
And
he has to
apparently said that Napoli wants Lukaku this week too. So he has to
Yeah,
get
I
done.
hear
this
you.
week.
Yeah,
I
Has
hear
to
you
get done.
saying,
go.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If Chelsea get Osimhen, wallahi, is my opinion, haram that they hired Enzo Maresca. Haram. That's a crime against humanity.
If we had Poch, you think we'd fight for a
They
league?
should have no, forget fucking Poch. Poch left. Forget Poch. You should have went and got this guy, Hansi Flick, instead of Barcelona.
No,
Should
but
have
I'm interested to know if
an
we kept
experienced
Poch, what would
manager,
your,
yeah.
Mo, if we kept Poch, random question before Deo goes, yeah. Like, what would you be saying? Third? But you're saying we should challenge
Third, and I'm telling you, if you kept Poch for me with Lavia fit, Malo Gusto,
Yeah.
Caicedo now, get Osimhen and Pedro Neto stays fit, I'm telling you, third and not far from the top. There is a difference between third and third, like Liverpool last season. Do you remember the third? Liverpool until like game week 32 still had a chance to win the league. Yeah, I would sit here with Chest, and I'm not a Chelsea fan, and say with Pochettino, give him Osimhen, a striker that is prolific. Pedro Neto, Palmer looks very sharp, even against Inter
Would you
today.
not say Chelsea
guy looks
conceded a lot of goals
immense.
last year, though? Chelsea still conceded quite a lot of goals
Okay.
last year.
And I think that is even a bigger problem now. And I was doing the Watchalongs.
Why is it a bigger problem
was-
now when it was so big problem last year?
It was a big I'm going to tell you the difference. Last season, there was tons of individual mistakes. Just Remember Sanchez, remember Kukuria's individual mistake against Arsenal, Badiashile individual mistakes. When I'm looking at the team today playing against Inter, Maresca doesn't, and I'm going to repeat it again. Me and you will talk about it. The resume means the experience. I think he doesn't know how to set up the team defensively. Everyone in the defense looked isolated. Each and everyone. My center back, basic, the one that is non-experienced, ran from our 18 yards to your half. And no one knew what to do.
In that defense, though, it didn't happen a lot in the game, though.
It did. It did in the middle. It did, Chess. When Inter wanted to pass the ball, we bypassed.
A lot of threat.
But it's yes. Inter weren't playing great today. We didn't have Lautaro. We didn't have Hakan Çalhanoğlu.
We didn't have our starting lineup either.
I know, but the difference. I'm going to tell you the difference. Inter today, every time we defended in bulk. Chelsea today, in the setup defensively, it looked like the positioning of the player is wrong. That's not individually.
Yeah,
that is about the setup.
Many chances,
Again,
it's not about the chances.
I hear his more. Let me ask this one quickly. Yeah, I hear his point. I think our possession, there's clearly, I think, a defensive issue. I actually agree with that. I agree with that aspect. But again, I feel like, that's something again with time. You know what I mean? A lot of this stuff, our possession is gonna take time to actually, work. Especially with that back with the
I agree. I never said otherwise. I agree.
No.
I agree with you.
So I'm actually I'm agreeing with you obviously, but I'm just trying to obviously give that context of it's gonna take a little bit of time. It's not gonna be straight away, but
yeah, but my point about it wasn't gonna take. Ches asked me straight questions. If we kept Poch or we hired someone else, I was gonna say it wasn't gonna make that much of a. It wouldn't take that much time, guys. That is my point. I would not. I would have been sitting here. Ches, when you ask me on Thursday, inshallah, when we do the show about the predictions, ask me on Thursday. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say the team screams third or fourth. If you get Osimhen, screams third or fourth.
I agree with you.
But the coach and the setup, I'm still hesitant to come with chest and tell people this Chelsea team is good.
That's why
last season I said 50,000 times. I said last season Chelsea on the pitch look better than Man United, but Chelsea have individual mistakes that keep happening every game. Every game, someone makes a mistake. Every game, and that may be on the coaching staff.
Do you know what that is though? Mo, yeah. That's what I've said to you before. We're probably gonna finish 6th, but we're gonna be around about the 4th, 6th range. If the system can actually,
if you finish 6th, I'll be. If I'm a Chelsea fan, Ahmed, I'll be very disappointed.
Of course, but for me, the context is, the system's gonna take time, and the players need to actually, or at least the defensive ones, it seems more so than the attacking ones. It's good. They're not. I don't think they're up to par per se. In my personal opinion, some of our defenders, not all of them, but it's good. That's why for me, it's gonna take time for these guys to actually switch it around. But
and also, to be honest with you guys, Shez and Ahmed, on paper the names look okay. I was talking to Ziad this morning again in the show, and I was telling him Levi Colwill looked fantastic in Brighton. Haven't looked amazing at Chelsea. Fofana, fantastic at Leicester. That was 3 years ago. The only one that on paper looks good and on the pitch looks good is Malo Gusto. That's it. Kukurea, by the way. Kukurea.
Ornstein and
Fabrizio tweeted this serious issue.
No, Ornstein said deal. No, Ornstein saying the deal was off completely.
Ornstein saying the deal was like off
completely.
Whereas Fab's saying like it's complications. So they're saying different things.
Yeah. Fabrizio saying it's complications. Ornstein saying the deal was completely off.
Like, he ain't moving to Stamford Bridge. That's what he said.
And he's saying,
Fabrizio's English might be why he's saying complicated.
No.
I'm gonna tell you the difference between Fabrizio and Ornstein. Fabrizio, when he tweets crediting the original the guy that tweeted. So he's literally using the same verbiage that the guy used, if you noticed. And he credited the original guy that tweeted.
Yeah, facts.
That's the difference between him and Ornstein.
He
has a respect for the guy.
His own, he comes up with his own piece based on what he
knows. Own article on the Athletic. He writes an article. Fabrizio credited the guy on his tweet. He credited the guy that tweeted it. So he doesn't take his word. And I respect that, to be honest. I absolutely respect why. But forget this Omorodion. This Omorodion was never a needle mover. He was never seen a game for Chelsea. No. Gallagher signed the contract. You know that, right?
But listen, I don't know, man.
No, he signed. Gallagher signed the contract.
Chelsea
like a
played
vision?
them so hard.
that a
bro.
vision?
Sorry, hold
I'm
on.
just
Mo,
asking you,
Mo,
I'm-
Gallagher didn't
Mo,
get
you've
Sammy
forgotten
in the
that.
end.
You've forgotten
I'm
that.
worried, bro.
You've forgotten that
I'm worried, bro.
Mikel
That's what I was
Obi
worried, man.
signed
I
it.
was worried
Mikel Obi.
personally.
Well, we
Remember
played
Mikel
them
Obi?
so hard.
He signed
We
the contract
played
and
them
Chelsea came
so
and still
hard.
took him.
We
Remember?
can't actually get back to the Lakers after this scene. I can't.
We
Bro, if
actually
Gallagher
saw-
goes back, there is gonna be riots for him coming back, bro.
Bro, that's
That
what I'm
would be
worried
the
about. I
maddest
was to
thing.
make sure, because like I was making sure that was not legit, bro.
Chelsea are too
Now
smart.
listen,
for
but
money, man.
before we go on, guys, there's 700 people here, and we aren't. I think we're even on 200 likes, guys. 700 people here. The minimum is 500 likes. Turn on the notification bell.
Oy.
This show is gonna be twice a week. Hopefully, when the season starts, there's gonna be a lot of talk. Of course, we'll talk Arsenal in a bit. But I really, at the end, I want to get Ahmed and Shez's Dio's opinion about Chelsea at the end. Are you, if you're playing Chelsea tomorrow, Dio, if they get Osimhen, you scared?
No. I'm not
You're
scared. My defense, I'm not scared because of my defense. Now, will I outscore them? Do I think that they have a more on paper, a more threatening names as forwards? Yes, if Osimhen is there, right? Pedro Neto, yes, I rate him. Palmer, I rate him. But my defense has already proved last season, and if I have to go by what we have proved and what we are adding, the pieces we're adding to our defense again this season, and of course we also have what's his name, Timber, that's coming back, who's almost like a fresh new defender as well, who didn't really get to play last season. So literally, without having Timber and Calafiori from last season, from this season, last season our defense was the best defense. Adding those pieces and probably bringing in the Merino, because if we're going to give the option of Osimhen for Chelsea, we are looking at Merino. So with a Merino who had won majority of his duels in all 7 leagues last season, adding that as well as the central piece in our midfield, no, I'm not afraid. That I can say when it comes to ball. But if you're saying that the players, is Osimhen the threat? Yes, he is. Is Neto a threat? Yes, he is. Is Palmer a baller? Outrightly, 100%.
No, bro. If you're facing
Nkunku-
Chelsea team, yeah, with
Nkunku
Palmer, Neto, and Osimhen, every single team in the league is going to be more worried about their defense.
And Nkunku, you're
Nah,
forgetting Nkunku, bro.
But
What did I just say about Nkunku? You didn't let you are the one that doing Nkunku. I was just rating all the forward line players. I got to Palmer and everybody shouting Nkunku.
I think you're underplaying. I know what you're saying.
All I'm saying is,
if our attackers are occupying a lot of your play, that's going to withhold some of your attacking play. You're doing a lot more defending.
Exactly.
Against when we play, this is me like Chelsea. One sec there. Yeah, this is what we're so unlucky because when we play the big teams, we never seem to have our best team. Like we rarely ever play. Ahmed will tell you, last season against the bigger teams, we barely had a good team. Injuries, suspensions, whatever it was. I'm not giving you excuses. We lost. Firm it. But I'm just saying, hopefully this year with a lot more depth and options, you might actually see a proper Chelsea team. Like against City now, you could see a decent lineup. Like very competitive lineup. So if we lose fair and square, you have to hold that. And against Arsenal, trust me, if Neto, Palmer, and Nkunku and Osimhen on that pitch for Caicedo or Lavia, boy, I'm telling you right now, you'd be very, very.
You know what the problem. You know what the problem is. Can I just respond to what you're saying? You're talking hypothetically, and that's because you don't have
these players.
No. I'm saying because you don't have Osimhen right now. Neto has
even
not.
Hold
on. Neto has not. Listen to what I'm saying. Let me finish. I'll let you speak. Neto has not played with Nkunku enough and Palmer enough and Osimhen, who is not even here yet, enough. I'm saying my defense has already done it last season together. They've played enough together. Then we're adding extra pieces, and we've already added 2 extra pieces, more or less. 1, we've added Calafiori. 2, Timber is back. He's more or less a new signing for us. So all I'm saying is I'm not afraid of your attack, who still needs to get themselves together and gel. On paper, you look good, but what team has done it already defensively? Arsenal's defense has done it last season. They've played together. We were the best defense last season, barring any other, whatever it is that anybody wants to say. So that's my point. My point is, if you want to be hypothetical, then I can be hypothetical too about my defense. I can say, what if Merino comes in? He won the most duels. He blah, 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 blah in that central midfield. And the way Arsenal plays, guess what? If we hold the ball and control the game we play, the way we play against you, Chelsea, it means that your Osimhen and your Netos will be trying to defend.
Bro, we hold the ball, we play teams. We have more possession.
So that's all I'm saying. So when we're talking about, So when we're talking about who has done it, like my defense has done it already. Your forward line has not done it together yet. Osimhen have not played with Neto and Nkunku. Palmer and Nkunku did not even get to play enough together last season because of Nkunku's injury. So I can begin to list the fact.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
in terms of
so
chemistry,
that's all I'm saying. So let's look at
I
facts.
know what you're saying. It sounds like a lot of hopium.
It's not hopium. I'm talking facts.
I'm not saying you're wrong. You have to defend yourself. It's fine. We heard you.
What's the hopium? You asked me. Hold on. The question was asked.
Our play, like Mo just told you.
Listen, I hear what I said.
They look good up front. It's just the finishing.
I'm not saying. What did I say? I said on paper you look good. You look good right now, but you have not.
No, it's not just on paper. Mo saw the team today.
Will you let me finish, Ches, and listen to hear what I'm saying first? I said you look good on paper and you look good so far. How you've played in preseason in 3-4 games, but your front line has not done it enough together consistently for me to be afraid when my defense has done it all season last season in all competitions, literally being the best defense in the league last season. So what I'm saying is there is a proven record with my defense from last season with more data to show that we can defend against your attackers because your attackers don't have enough yet together. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're not good. You have to listen to understand, not just to respond all the time.
So you're gonna win the
Calm
league,
down.
I'm not scared of Chelsea like that. I'll be so real. I'm not scared, man. I'm not scared. Our record against Chelsea is decent, man. Even if they do have loads of attacking power, yeah. The thing is with United, like if I face Chelsea, even though I don't like this manager, we'll just hit them on the counter. Defensively, I don't think defensively they'll be good. So you can have all the attacking power you have, yeah, but defensively they're going to be shaky. Cucurella defensively.
You don't think that was 2 DMs? You don't think it was 2 DMs like Alavia and Kaisi? That's exactly enough.
Yeah, bro, it'll improve their defense, obviously, with them 2 DMs, because I think Lavia and Caicedo were good players. But overall, I'm just talking about
Caicedo came the second half. The guy so good.
Yeah, Caicedo's been a good player.
He's a baller.
Yeah, but he's a baller, man.
They've got good players. They've got good players. I still personally think defensively you can get at Chelsea. Do you get
Enzo and the 8 didn't play that bad either, man.
Yeah, you can definitely get at. Bro, you can get at Chelsea, Manchester City last season. The defense, you can get at them, but that's not the point. At the end, they have Malo Gusto. They have 2 DMs that look. They have Cucurella, who I don't like, but Cucurella is a good defender. Like he's not a bowler. He's a good. The guy in the Euros was the best left back in the Euros defensively.
Just consistent.
Again, I like the look of what's it called, Vega. Vega looks really good as well, bro. You know what I mean? And he's like,
how big? It's like how big your left back can be, Vega. This guy, bro.
To be fair, man, he's technical as well. That's the thing.
He's technical the more things.
You know what I mean? I like his aggression. I like him.
That's what I said, man. We need you know what it is for me, Mo? I'll say this again. You've got a lot of passive defenders, bro. You need 1 or 2 aggressive guys here. Disasi can do that job for you. Realistically, this Vega kid can do that for you. And Fofana can do that for you. But obviously,
for fuck's sake. Oh my god.
No way.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Chelsea. What the fuck are you doing?
What?
Oh my god, Chelsea.
Joao Felix to Chelsea.
What is happening?
No way.
Oh,
Joao Felix to Chelsea. Oh my god, no way. I knew when I saw him Mendes today at Stamford Bridge, yeah, something was happening, man. Oh my.
Wait. Man. Is it Joao Felix? Yeah, is he
Joao Felix to Chelsea? Joao Felix.
Hey.
Does that mean your Osimhen deal is off then?
Come on, man.
No, I think it's part of this deal.
Because here's the deal. Joao Felix. Let me. I just want to say something, Chez. I'm just asking because
Ahmed,
hear me out.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Give it to me.
I'm asking. No, I'm asking. I'm saying no. The Joao Felix deal is not going to be cheap. It's going to be more expensive than the Omorodion.
They're asking for 50 million, bro. They
same money.
Do you
guys know what that? Do you guys know that? What that tells
I don't know.
Do you guys know? Do you guys know what that tells me?
Samu for him. That's what they've done.
You got exactly. Do you know what that tells me?
Yeah.
Chelsea and Atletico Madrid had a deal financially to swap players. Atletico Madrid are so adamant to send one of the players to Chelsea.
Facts.
Right? I think that is the case. I think
by the way, sorry, Mo, if you let me go quickly. Relevo are literally saying right now that the deal for Gallagher and what's it called, Alvarez is actually hanging by a thread. So they need this deal to actually go through. Like they need a Chelsea guy to actually be like Chelsea to buy it.
Gallagher is coming back to Chelsea at this rate.
And listen, and then then Alvarez goes back to Man City, and they do not want that. So they're literally trying to do everything in their power now to get this situation sorted out. But you know,
Joao Felix.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll be honest.
Bro, Joao Felix is.
Take what? Fuck off.
If we get flipping
Wallahi,
Felix,
fuck off.
oh my
Wallahi,
days.
fuck off. Wallahi, fuck off. Wallahi, fuck off. I will take Joao Felix again at Chelsea. Bro, come on. You moved on, bro. This is like, what is this?
He's a
I'll be
quality
honest
player.
with you. Listen. The
He'll be a cold player to bring to your team.
Listen, I'll be honest, bro.
He's quality, man.
He's
Quality.
quality,
I'll be
but the
gassed
problem
for
with him, yeah, I
Quality.
said this before,
I'll be
bro. I
gassed.
use a wire quote for him all the time. The thing about the old days, they the old days, man. And that's the way he plays, bro. I don't know how it's gonna work in our team. If he works in my team, bro,
Ahmed,
I
are
don't
you
mind.
dumb?
Joao Felix at the age of 25 is the upcoming talent again. Bro, it's 20.
No. Let's not do this.
bro.
Let's do this. Bringing in Joao Felix as an option, I am taking that every single day of
No,
the week.
but
Yeah.
Every single day of the week.
Nah,
So if
Joao-
Cuckoo gets injured now.
So
it
what
comes Felix.
happens? What happens if Joao Felix doesn't pass his medical as well?
Bro, you're not understanding it.
Now
there. They
Felix
said-
gonna pass his medical, bro. Right?
They
Wait,
said
now,
last-
hey.
Oh,
Look, I said
can't speak,
I'm not
bro.
saying. Listen, I just said what happens if that.
You know what,
this is
bro?
a
You know what
question.
it is, Dio.
Your
You're
suit
just a
is so
hater,
lovely,
Dio.
bro.
Dio is such a
No,
hater.
I'm not
man.
hating. I'm asking
Yeah,
because
you
no,
say,
hold on,
man.
no,
Yeah, I
hold
need
on.
some sort of my checks. Give it to me.
Omorodion was not. Omorodion was
That
not looked at as
was
injury
crazy, by the
prone.
way.
No, he wasn't looked at as injury prone, and the fact that he failed his
Apparently, it's
medical.
not medical, by the way.
Hey,
It's not
Ahmed, you know we
medical.
can't
It's not
win.
medical.
We get
You
something
can't
with
win,
the
bro.
ball.
Why
No,
would
no,
you
I'm
win?
just-
I'm
Listen, I'm asking because
He
you
can't
guys.
win.
I'm
Why
asking
would
because
you win,
I'm
bro?
asking because you
Hey,
need a
Gaya, save
striker.
your salt, man. It's calm. It's
I'm
right.
asking
But you know
because
what it
you
is
need-
with
Listen,
with Joao Felix. Yeah, let me just say something.
I'm
Real
having
quick,
a
Dio. Just 2
conversation
seconds.
with you, Chelsea
Dio,
fans.
Dio,
Ahmed,
2
hold on,
seconds.
Ahmed, 1 second. Ahmed, stop.
Compared to
Ahmed,
how-
pause. Ahmed, pause.
Wait,
If
let me.
you ask, hold on. If you
let me
ask
say
Chelsea
something.
fans,
I haven't said anything. I haven't said anything. I haven't
Ahmed,
said
just 1 second. If I
Okay.
ask you
Bro, let
Chelsea
him
fans,
speak, man. They're
if I
speaking
ask
the
you
whole
guys,
stream.
if I ask you a question, it's not because I'm being salty. I was asking genuinely. If that doesn't go through, who are you guys looking at? Is what I simply said. But no, you don't want to understand that. So carry on. Ahmed, speak.
All right.
What I'm
Alright,
saying
okay,
is,
okay,
yeah,
alright.
what I'm saying is with
I
Joao
think he's
Felix.
asking me to speak, bro. He thinks
Wait.
he's asking me to speak.
Wait,
No,
with-
not you.
with-
No, I'm talking about Ahmed United.
Can I get
I don't.
Ahmed? Can I get Ahmed? Ahmed, go ahead.
Ahmed United,
Ahmed, go ahead.
please. Ahmed
Listen.
United, speak.
Let me tell you something, yeah, about Felix, yeah. He's a quality player, in my opinion. I think he's quality. And if he was linked to United, I'd be gassed. Now, the problem is with him is that because he joined from was it Benfica he was playing? He joined from Benfica, yeah, to Atletico Madrid. That move that he did right there was the wrong move. Yeah, playing for a team like Simeone, playing in a defensive setup, that was completely wrong. Yeah, and it's kind of hindered his development. So the thing is, yeah, Felix, this is his last chance here to join a team that, if you're talking about what Maresca wants to do, possession-based, play from the back, build-up play, Felix is a ball-to-feet player, and that will suit Felix to a T once Maresca has time to implement what he wants. Now, with him, yeah, is that if you play him as in the striker, you don't have to expect 20 goals or 25 goals or 30 goals. That's not how he is. He's that type of player, yeah, to help the wingers get the goals and bring others into play. He'll improve Chelsea's attack because that Omorodion, or whatever his name is, he's 10 times the player of him. And in terms of who's available in the market, I can't think of a player with Felix's skill set as close to him. Do you get, like, even his debut against what's it called, when he had the debut for Chelsea? I know we got a red card, but he showed some promising signs. He was actually Chelsea's best player.
100%.
He was their best player.
This
So,
the thing is that if you put Felix in this team compared to where he was before,
and you've got Neto
he's a
running in
massive
behind as
improvement.
well. So
Before, he was the only player who had a spark of life, who was technical, who could run with the ball. Now we have that in abundance.
yeah, exactly.
Pedro, Nkuku, Palmer, Jackson, all similar attributes. I love this deal, and he's versatile. This is perfect.
You can play in the 10, you can play in the 9
I'm very
as
happy
well.
with this deal. Like, more than that. Now in every single position, I've got players who can cover all the front four now. Every single part.
I just hope the thing about this for me
and if
is
you get him 40 million or something, I'll take 35, 40
listen,
million.
listen, for the price, of course you would take him.
I'm
Look,
taking it all
apparently,
day long.
listen, if you're getting if you're literally paying the same price for Omorodion, but
Oh, I'm taking it, Ahmed.
I will take that any day of the week. Let's not get that twisted, right? I think for me, the question is going to be, this is really the last chance saloon for this player. Is he going to be able to actually adapt to the system and actually, do his thing. Because as Mo was saying, the brother's 25 years old. Like we can't, be what's it called? We can't be saying he's up and coming anymore. You know what I mean? He's got to perform
this
at
is
some
what
point.
the thing is, though. Like I said before, yeah.
I'm hearing you, bro.
And it's literally just he's not the main guy anymore. So he doesn't need to be the main guy. We've already got Palmers. We've already got the Pedros. We've already got the Jacksons. And Kuku's been there already for a year. Whether injured or not, they're in and around the squad. He comes in as a filler. And if he performs well enough, he could start over in Kuku.
I think the question is gonna be, bro. I have to ask you, bro. Do you think?
By the way, someone's leaving. By the way, someone's definitely leaving.
I think Madueke Nation. Listen, it's been real, bro.
I think Sterling and Madueke is gone, or both.
Yeah, listen. I don't know if Sterling's got like Juve.
Yeah, but we know Madueke. I said Madueke is not good though. Like ages ago.
No. Listen, bro. It's not about if he's good or not. It's about if he's leaving or not. Come on, bro. Like, I'm a big fan of Madueke, by the way, personally. But like, he's looking like he's gone to Newcastle. Probably.
I'm a fan of Madueke. I'm a fan of.
Come on, man. Thank you, man. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm actually a fan of Madueke.
Me too, bro. I'm actually a big fan of his, but like, I feel
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of Madueke. Don't get it twisted.
Okay, we get it, bro.
But I like him.
But you know what this means? But you know what this means to me? What's it called? Yeah, this means because I knew Madueke, and I think Ches would have agreed.
Why do you always call me? What is it called?
Sorry, it's
literally my channel.
All right, brother. Okay, I think literally. As I was saying, Madueke was probably going to leave next season because we all knew Esteval and Pipes were coming in. So like we already knew that this guy was gone. If it wasn't going to be this season, the next season. So the fact he's going now, interesting to say the least.
Listen, let me do a couple of these super chats before I bring in Olo. Super Blue Chelsea saying last week we were getting relegated. This week we're challenging for the league. Come on, Dio.
Keep it consistent, man.
All right, so I'm going to say it again. Thank you for the super chat, Super Blue Chelsea, and I hope you listen again. I said if you don't get quality, experienced players to add to the talent, again, the talents that you have right now, you will struggle in the league this season. But now you are adding experience as stated. And when you add that experience, I expect now that you should be able to challenge for the league. That's what I said. How is that not being consistent? I said if you go into the league this season,
you're a bit shocking.
hold on. I said if
you can tell in it. You can tell in his voice.
I said if I simply always.
That's why I have to bring Olu here.
No.
See, look.
Backup dancer, Olu.
I talk.
Waving his pom-poms.
This is how I talk normally. I talk with passion. So anybody who thinks I'm flustered is wasting their time. This is how I talk all the time. If you go into the league this season with just your young players and a new manager who have not done it yet in the Premier League, you will struggle. They are talent, but they need time to blend. If you add experience and those experience come in and they can help mold with the young guys and carry the team together with the manager, I think you have the talent enough and the experience enough to go challenge. That's what I said. So that's the consistency there. If that doesn't work for you, I don't know what does.
All right, bro. Thank you for that waffle. Much appreciated.
Thanks for the waffle and the salt. I don't really know what you said, but you said something.
Of course, you don't know because your head was down. Your phone.
Go on.
Big up JJ for the super sticker. Appreciate your support, guys. Get involved. Let us know what you think. Joao, Felix, Osimhen, and Nkunku, you must challenge now. Then
no. If we get Felix and Osimhen, I'll happily sit here and say some wild stuff.
You finish in third.
I can't lie, man. I can't even lie. Even I can't say 6 anymore. By the way, I can't even downgrade the team.
That 6 is mad.
I can't even say it anymore after this. I've been trying to downplay the team slightly for us here. I've been trying to be doing the downplaying thing here, but I can't even.
Ahmed's been sitting on the fence, bro. I tried to tell him
to crazy, bro. Ahmed United. You know the funny thing. Ahmed, you've been trying to be very humble about your team, and every single time we sat on the stream, I said, if you add experience, you guys will challenge. Did I not always say that to you? You always said no. Right. Yes, I always said that to him. This is not the first time, not the second, not the third, not the fourth. I told him, I said, your team on paper are talented young players. You can't take that away from Chelsea. As much as I want, as much as I want to banter. No, it's not alibi. It's not alibi. Look,
it's crazy.
If I want to banter Chelsea, right, I will banter the individual Chelsea fan. As a team on paper, your players is Palmer not a talented player? Malo Gusto is good. What are we talking about here now? We can't sit down and look at these players. If you watch ball and say, oh, these guys are not good, they're talented. The difference is you didn't have the experience and the more experienced players. And like I said, you bring the more experienced players in, bam. And you're doing that now. So at this stage, looking at the quality of what you're bringing in, you have to change your expectation for the team. If Arsenal brings in Merino and brings in Gyökeres, I have to change my expectation to we're not challenging, we are winning the league. That's what I will say. If we bring in Gyökeres and we bring in Merino, I have to change my expectation based on where the team is going to. Is that simple?
But Dai, can we answer this serious question for me? Yeah, it seems you're rating our players now as well. So like, what are we saying now? Is that what's happened there?
Sorry, I'm rating your. What have I always said about your players? I've never ever said Chelsea player. I've always called them talents. I've always said they're talented.
I'm just saying, bro. You know what I mean?
Hold on.
Something's changing there.
No. Ahmed.
I've always rated.
I have always said no. I have always said that your players are talented, but you are not a team. That you guys do not gel. I've always said that individually you have talents. Your back four, when I was talking about them, I said the people that I rate Malo Gusto, I rate Reece James. Maybe the other ones, not so much, right? In your midfield, Enzo, Caicedo, I think that they're very good players, but they need time to gel.
Enzo is mid.
You call him mid. You guys kept on talking about what's his name again? Latvia. I was like, Latvia hasn't played for you yet enough for me to rate him. I can rate him from where he's coming from, but I can't rate him for Chelsea. And your front line, you went looking Jackson with all the hits that you guys gave him, still scored 13, 14 goals. Palmer is a baller. So there's my point is you are not a team yet. You're not a team, and that's fair to say.
Sam, do you want to send me some salt? I need some for my food. I'm cooking after this. And I need some more. Because you sound like a team who hasn't made no signings. That's what you sound like. That's what you sound like.
Me?
Hassan, about deluded. What have I said this team that's deluded? What's one thing I've said that's not objective? He's waffling, mate. But it comes with Liverpool fans, isn't it? I hear it, but
no, man.
It's what it is, isn't it? You enjoy Diaz.
Okay, if Liverpool don't sign anyone, if they don't get Zuba,
got Nunes, Diaz and Nunes. He's chatting to me. Idiot. Anyway,
if they don't get anyone and you get Osimhen and Joao Felix, are you finishing above them? Is there a chance?
Of course, there's a chance. Will it happen? I'm not so sure because they got more of a stable team. That's only difference.
Say that again. Say that again. They have more
of a stable team. I literally predicted them to finish.
What did I say earlier just now about your team? I said,
why do you keep making this about you?
No. Because when I say it, you call it
waffle.
Why
do you keep saying me?
When I say it, you call it waffle. But when you say it about somebody else,
Arsenal complex. He's got the Arsenal complex. Arsenal inferiority complex.
Listen to this. Very inconsistent human being. When I said it about your team,
you're talking a lot in it.
When I said it about your team being stable. I mean, not being stable yet. You said, "Oh yeah, I'm waffling," but now you're saying Liverpool has a more stable team. Point taken. When they say it about your team, you want to call it waffling, but when you say it, you want to make it sound like you're saying something intelligent. Well, they have a more stable team. Yeah, right. My friend, take several seats at the back. Carry on.
All right, buddy.
Olo, what are you here to say?
Oh man.
They got Arsenal, man. They're washed transfer window. What are you saying,
Only the Dire Defense League. Dire Defense League.
Hey, Ollie, it's okay. Show us your pom-poms.
Come
on. Show us your pom-poms. You don't have to be afraid. We're not going to judge you.
Come on, listen.
Where's your pom-poms and your little cheerleading?
I'm like Marino. Come on.
He's got his little pom-poms.
And then you've got a shirt with Eddie on the back.
You know what I mean?
You can wear it on streams, okay?
I remember, for Oliver, you always have to do this thing, I mean, because he understands it more than anyone else.
Believe.
There we go, man.
Arsenal will go do it this year. I actually think you will. But yeah.
Are you done? You had fun?
You can go now, phase 25.
First of all, -1, be quiet. Like I said, speak only when you're spoken to. Speak only when you're spoken to. -1, stay in the top right corner, be quiet. Now, UBL Cheslea. Mr. If
Wait, what?
Man said if buts and maybes. What?
Mr. If but that's all I ever hear from you. If buts and maybes. If we get this, if that happens, then I've told you already before. 8 years. You're in year 3. Even if you bring Osimhen, it's still 5 more years before you guys.
What have you won? A flipping. What are you on?
Again, what did I say to you? I said,
flip. I do one, isn't it? Man's got better energy for other teams, and he's not won anything in 4 years.
Move out the way. You want to see the whole picture.
What's going on here, bro?
Speak when you're. That's fine. That's why you listen. You come and see that road today. Yeah. You come and see that road this year. Big man, you're on Thursday.
Man's not won that. You know what's magic?
So a United fan that is playing
They've
on
not
Thursday
won
this
a
season.
Premier League in 20 years.
And only one guy speaks, guys. We really can't hear anything.
Exactly, man.
Very hard.
I can take banter from a City fan, maybe Liverpool. Arsenal fans. Really?
No.
Yeah, innit?
Okay, Olu, what are you here to say? Olu,
Like,
I'm
exactly,
pleased.
man.
win the league first, bro.
Let me just say what I was going to say. Okay,
Go on.
listen, look, this whole Osimhen thing, as a Nigerian man, and Dio, I think we've got totally different views on this, but as a Nigerian man, I don't think Osimhen moves the needle as much as you guys think you do, because I don't necessarily think it's a fundamentally better team than last year, because I've always said this and I'll continue to say this. Chelsea's problem is the midfield. Your midfield is too small. See that? Too small. When your starting midfielder is the tallest one is 5'10", I'm not scared. You're talking about, if you come to the Emirates and you're trying to play football against Arsenal, excuse me, there's 2 years of us playing football. We will out football you guys. Don't come to us with your B-Tech Pep Guardiola, you know what I mean, trying to come play football against Arsenal. That's not going to work. You guys are too small.
B-Tech Guardiola is a compliment, by the way, but that failed anyway.
Okay, fine. Z-Tech then. Jesus Christ. Which letter do you want me to pick?
No, just call him Diet Pep.
It's not Diet Pep. Diet Pep is too nice. It's Pep Zero, basically.
So what's our alternative?
Listen, we're winning this league season. You already know it's Ches.
You have
we're
to.
winning
It's not what he's
season.
winning. You have to.
Forget have. We're going to 10 points. 10 points. I'm putting it out there. 10 points different between Osimhen and City. I'm putting it out there. Anyways, the point I'm still trying to say is this. To be terribly honest, and I'm going to stop joking around for a second. I still think that whilst obviously someone like Neto is a good idea, it'll be interesting to see how he gels into the team, right? Because I think again, we always play this thing where we play football on paper and we go, Chelsea stacking all these talented players, it looks good, but you still have to see how they gel together, right? You still have to see if their tendencies work. Like, for example, is Neto going to be a touchline winger where he holds the width, or is he going to come inside and try to take the space where Palmer wants to play, where Nkugu wants to play? Basically, right now, there's a lot of attacking players who need the ball in your team and not a lot of, and the only one maybe passer that you really have is Enzo, who I don't really rate that much. And I still think that basically it's still an unbalanced team. And I think even if you bring a striker, there's still a balance in the Chelsea team. That is
balanced team.
I think they're imbalanced, personally. I think
Very
they're imbalanced.
balanced. With Lavia and Caicedo in it, it's a very balanced team.
Yeah, it's quite balanced, I would say. I would disagree with that.
Malo Gusto is good in both aspects of the game. Kukurea is good defensively. The quality of the center backs are to be questioned. The two defensive midfielders, one of them is a master in tackles, but also very good in passing, which is Caicedo. One of them is excellent physically, which is Lavia, and can move the ball. Very, very good. Nkunku is a very, very flexible player. Absolutely fantastic if you're a coach to have someone like Nkunku. Cole Palmer can play right, can play central. Nicholas Jackson, maybe he's wasteful a little bit, but can play left, can play central. Osimhen is a top striker. Pedro Neto is a quick player. It's a very balanced team on paper. Very, very, like, I would love to have this team.
But that's what we're saying. This is what we're saying. On paper, yes, we all agree. Nobody's disputing that fact. Nobody's saying that is not what we're saying. What I've been asking again is this. On paper, I can look at the team and say, this team is very balanced. This team looks good. This team looks. The question is, with a coach who has not done it in the Premier League and the blending of the team over the next 10 games, are they going to be able to do it? I'm not predicting the downfall of Chelsea. No, I'm just talking football, pure football.
You're stating something that we have discussed.
That's what I'm saying.
I know, but that's all we're saying.
45 minutes.
That's all we're saying. Why do we keep going back to this on paper as if people are denying it? Nobody is.
I don't really get what you're adding here.
Guys,
I'm not arguing about anything. I'm stating.
Arguing. I said adding.
Let me add something.
You and Ollie were stating the most obvious point we could.
Let me add a point. Okay, first of all, you're not that smart. Okay, a 2-year-old would be too high for you in terms. I'm joking. I'm messing around with you.
Yeah, I know, but like you're making obvious points.
Points. I know.
You went to the stream and added nothing. Like, what are you saying?
I don't know. All I'm saying is this, right? So when Moteta said what he said, right? So here's the thing, right? When everyone talks about players, when everyone says these things, no one ever talks about the weaknesses of the players, right? Everyone always talks about what the players can do, not what the players have in terms of deficiency, and that's the problem. Sometimes, like you can talk about on paper why players are good. We've seen teams in the past where on paper they've looked good, and then you put them together, and the deficiencies start to show that actually there's certain things that that they're not good at. For example, I'll say Lavia looks good when he's on the ball. Get past him, he turns like a truck. He doesn't look that quick when he turns around. And I think if you get behind him and he's your last sort of defensive midfielder, that's a problem, right? Caicedo, I think, yeah, he's got great legs. He can run up and down, but is he tactically as astute as some other players? I don't know.
That's not on him, though.
Come
That's
on,
on the
bro.
man.
I know
this guy, but like,
But
if we're being honest,
but Mo, that's
but
on the
if you're
manager.
being-
That's on the
Oli,
manager.
If we're being honest there, but if you're being honest, Oli, this guy played under Roberto De Zerbi at Brighton. Are we saying that he can't? He's not technically good enough?
Nobody's
I
saying
don't-
he's
no,
not-
Ahmed,
Ahmed, that's not what he's saying. Ahmed, that's not what he
Hold
said.
on.
That's not what he said, Ahmed.
Can
He's
I
not talking.
because
He's not talking about his technicality.
Can
He
I
is.
respond?
All right,
can I
go on,
respond? I haven't these two be speaking.
I'm
more than
sorry.
you up to,
Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna respond. So everything that you guys are saying is very good and everything, but the problem is that you keep going back to the manager's not good enough already or not experienced enough. Already Chelsea fans acknowledge that. It's already
I'm not
done.
saying that.
Nobody has
I'm not
Nobody
saying
has said
manager.
that. But more, you didn't even hear what I said about the manager, though.
But
Can I say
tactically
something,
is
please?
where the players are positionally on the pitch. It's not a manager thing. It's a
No,
manager's
no.
thing.
No,
I know,
sometimes, sometimes players also tactically have to know what's happening in front of them, right? So it's not just football manager where you put a player on and go, here's a tactic we need to run, and they run it, right? They also have to be able to see the game in front of them and react to the game. So that's where tactically the intelligence.
How did you judge that Caicedo's not good at it? Where did you get that from?
He said, I don't know, though. He didn't say he's not. He said, I don't know.
You
That's
know,
what he
he
said.
was literally under a guy that was telling him to do these type of tactics.
Okay, you don't know. I am telling you. You don't know. I'm telling you, Caicedo is good at it. You don't know. I am telling you now.
But that's a fair point. That's why. Listen, I'm not. When people, if you give me a counter argument, I'll accept a counter argument. I'm not going to say no and argue my point. So if you tell me Caicedo is good tactically, then I'm going to accept it.
It's good at it. Yes.
I'm just saying though, when we're talking about the Chelsea team and when we talk about players on paper, and the same thing for Arsenal, same thing for Man United, even for Man City, we always talk about the things they can do good. We never talk about the things which are the deficiency. And I think Chelsea fans also have to be able to review their team and go, okay, for example, we know that our defense is not good because of these reasons, and that's why it might be a problem for us when we actually analyze the team rather than just because we can all do hopium. In my mind, Arsenal got no weaknesses, but come on, we know that's
we
not
all
true.
know.
That what?
Can't lie to you, all due disrespect.
Oh,
I don't know what you've added. I don't know what you've added here. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't said anything we haven't spoken about already.
You know what it is, man.
Charles seems to be the only one. You're the only one that doesn't know what he's added. Everybody else does.
You're doing a very obvious
What
thing.
does that say?
Mo can see it. One
bro,
sec there, one sec, because we haven't spoken as much as you two the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Moses, he's basically saying you might have been salty because what you might are saying is like very obvious, very like explicit statements like, oh, it
Okay,
might
so
not work.
what's this conversation
Well,
about
again,
then?
the interruption
What's the conversation about?
You're doing your job as a rival, okay,
Yeah.
which is very normal. And even Mo's calling up, you're doing your job, which is downplaying.
What is this conversation about? What are we talking
Downplaying
about?
teams. All we're saying, us three here and Ahmed is saying is that if you bring in Felix, if you have this midfield, if the fullbacks are a good level, the centre backs are questionable, we agree. The goalkeeper, Jorgensen might be good, we don't know yet. But what we're saying is we know defensively we're in a not greatest position. But attacking wise, even last season was never an issue. And those attacking players are still here. So I don't think that's going to change very much.
So what
You know what it is? Before you go, Dai, I haven't spoken.
Hold on.
Let me speak.
What part of
Ahmed speak.
I actually kind of feel like also, in my personal opinion, that they're trying, obviously with the manager, right, and this level of inexperience, I feel like they're trying to give him at least the players here that have, you know, at least a wealth of talent and stuff to actually do something. So that they're actually trying to bridge the gap, unironically, of his inexperience, in my personal opinion. But that's just me.
Yeah, you just when you get a player,
Chaz,
like, you shouldn't look at the positives, you should look at the negatives too.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
He basically said, look at the overall. We can look at positives and negatives, but you're not.
But that's what everybody does.
No, but listen, but you're not listening again. Hold on. Earlier in the stream, about 20 minutes ago, what part of, if you add Osimhen to your team and you add Joao Felix to your team, your expectation needs to change from where you want it to be. Ahmed, did I not say that earlier? I said expectations need to change for a bigger and higher goal because now you're adding experience. So what part of that did you miss? And then when we are now talking about hold on. And then when Olu comes, because we've dealt with that part, we've agreed with you that your expectations need to change, that the goals need to change. If those players come, those are quality players that need to take you a notch higher, or maybe even 2 notches higher, right? Now, we're not saying, okay, Olu comes in and says, not only should we look at the positives that these players bring and how you guys can play positively, we also need to look at the deficiencies and how to fix them. That's what's going to get you to that place that you're going to. And all of a sudden, that's not adding any value to the conversation. You Chelsea fans are the weirdest guys. Yeah, the weirdest
You know what
guys.
it is. You know what it is, man.
Yeah, the weirdest guys.
Dyer just wants to crash it with Waffle, and Oli tried to back him up with it.
No, it's not a waffle thing. That's exactly what we talked about.
Ahmed, are you trying to warn me, Ahmed? Are you sure?
Listen, I'm ready for.
Ahmed is ready now because they are your Felix. Okay, I see.
Let me chest it out. Let me do this couple of super chats about going to Arsenal. Then Arsenal looks so ready. Let's do a couple of super chats. David here is asking, Chelsea fan here, what is going on this evening? Joao Felix, this came out of nowhere. I am bamboozled. We have got to challenge if we're gonna have Felix and Osimhen. I'm stunned. That's a Chelsea fan that have expectations and standards.
You want to have Felix and Osimhen. I mean, at this point, it's like how many? Isn't it just a total mess?
You don't know. They are trying. Just to keep people informed before I go. I need to keep people informed, guys. For the people that haven't followed the news, right? Tokameka is gonna go. It already talks about him going.
Facts.
They are trying to offload Sterling or Madueke, so one of them is gonna go. People don't know that. Newcastle inquired twice about Madueke, and they are ready 40 to 50 million pounds for Madueke. That's already twice this window.
By the
People
way,
don't know. Raheem Sterling, Juventus already talking about him agreeing the deal to go to Juventus.
Facts.
That is why Chelsea are adding these players. Guiwi is about to go on loan.
That's
about to go on loan. I'm just keeping the people informed. Oguchoku already, I think there is a loan club for him.
He might stay, Mo. He might.
I actually think he's gonna stay.
They don't know yet, but there is a club. I think the club from Ipswich inquired about him joining.
Everton did as well.
Wait. Let me ask a question.
People need to understand that Chelsea aren't gonna go into the season registering 52 players. They aren't gonna do this. It's not gonna work.
Sorry, forget that. I'm asking the question of this, and we can continue super chats. Nkunku, Palmer, Joao Felix pretty much the same position. That off the strike.
No, Palmer play right side. No, it doesn't.
So, but a few Chelsea fans have said he's meant to be in the middle. So we're saying he's shifting back to the right.
No,
which is fine.
Palmer's gonna go on the right. G.
So then Nkunku and him will be going for position.
Oh no. Felix's only competition will be directly with Nkunku. They play the same role.
Right.
Palmer doesn't play that role.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I just
the left will be. Let me tell you. The left will be either Pedro or Sterling or Mudryk, whoever stays. Probably Mudryk. The right will be Felix or maybe Palmer. The middle will be Felix and Nkunku. Striker will be Jackson and maybe Osimhen. They want 2 for each position. That right there is a good squad. One of them get injured, one of them comes in.
So Mo, let me say, Mo, can I say something to you to what you said?
Yeah, go ahead.
So
I was just no.
I hear you.
Just follow the main news. That's a problem. People don't follow.
I hear you, but the point is the everyday person, as of today, know that those players have not left Chelsea yet. They are going to leave. I hear you. No. So that's why when people hear, Felix to Chelsea again, like these guys haven't left yet. Like regardless. 2 + 2 does not equal 4 at this moment because they have not left yet. So it's that simple. It makes it harder for people. Now, if you give them the inside information still, it's like us. Nketiah has not left yet, right? It is what it is. The season starts in a week. He hasn't gone. Marino hasn't come here. It's just someone
Arsenal are trying to offload Reece Nelson, Nketiah, and Kivior.
But they haven't left yet.
We know that. But they haven't left yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if we add a player as a striker now, people will be like, you're adding a striker when Nketiah hasn't left. I've seen comments in the chat that have asked that to me earlier today. So all I'm saying is I understand. All I'm saying is
let's be realistic.
Let me finish. Let me land. Let me land. I understand.
Dyer is being a professional hater, bro.
Let me land.
Wait, let Dyer finish.
So Mo, I understand why people are asking the question. Whoa, they're buying more players. That's all I'm saying to you. Like, so you know, you have more details than a lot more people.
Mo, people really thought we would have like 4 right wingers.
No. Nobody's thinking. Nobody's
going to get rid of
Nobody's
people.
thinking that you're going to have 4 right wing. People are just asking why so many. Like,
Why
yes,
not?
you know that
Questions.
you know what?
not you, Dio. Not you, Dio. People in the chat.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dio.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm saying it's people in the chat. I was reading the chat. And I'm like, oh, of course, there's information that you know. Chelsea fans here know because you follow your club. You know, you are going to offload. You haven't offloaded yet. So it's reasonable for people to ask those questions. Why are you adding more players right now when you still yet have not offloaded? That is not an unreasonable question to ask, Ches, except if your brain cannot coordinate and understand it.
And also,
okay, I need to move on. We need to move on from Chelsea to Joao Felix to Chelsea. Thank you so much, my friend. We'll see if it goes. I'm expecting this to go through. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
I want to go on to the Arsenal games. Dio, talk to me about the Arsenal game today because we haven't. Guys, we're shifting to Arsenal. It's enough of Chelsea. Tomorrow we'll see the news. Go ahead.
14 minutes.
I think it was just a good game. The first half was good. Second half, I think they took their foot off the pedal, which I wanted to attribute to the heat because I heard it was really hot today in London. I heard that the weather is that summer came late or something. Anyways, long story short, I think they played very, very well in the first 30 minutes. The press was good. They did what they needed to do. They got the business done. And to have, a player like Calafiori come off the bench for Zinchenko, who also played very well, as much as I didn't want him to still be at the club, but the last couple of games he's played well, and I can't take that away from him. To have players like Calafiori, Timber, and all these other guys to be able to come off the bench, and even like Itanu Waneri, he played very well as well, the cameo that he made. So I think they did really well. They look prepared enough to at least start the league. Do we have all the pieces to go ahead and win the league? I don't think we do yet. I think before the window closes, we need a couple more pieces to actually a couple more profiles to finalize and really be able to go toe-to-toe with Man City or any other team like the Liverpools who are looking good now and the Chelseas who are moving mad and buying all the players that they need to buy right now, which might mean that they'll also be up there. We would need those couple of pieces to challenge on all fronts. But yeah, the game itself, Arsenal had full control first 30 minutes. I think after that, it was more or less even. When I say even, it's like, when you say like we had the ball, they had the ball, we knocked it around, they knocked it around, they had 8 shots to our 16, so which means they had shots on target. David Raya made a good save, which could have cost us, which would have cost us to come back, maybe for them to come back into the game. So yeah, every other aspect of the game I think looked good. Calafiori looked very, very good. He looked sharp. I think he tried to overdo it to appease the fans because they were all screaming when he came in, and he was really. And I was like, just don't injure yourself. Just play calmly, and it's a friendly, no big deal here. Zinchenko for me in the first half, the first 30 minutes, Zinchenko and Havertz to me were my best players in the first 30 minutes. Leandro Trossard came on and did what he does best. Martinelli, I was a little worried about him. He just looks like he's still making the same indecisive decisions that he made last season and the season before. Even though he played very well, there's this thing where he just needs to shoot and he's trying to cross it again right in front of the goal. Like, just make a decision, go for a shot. I think he needs to work on that. And every other player that came in, all the young players did well. Kyrgios, he did well. And I don't know if you remember, Mo, when I was saying like being able to rotate your players in a game and they can change positions and you can still hold forward. So, for example, when we took out Saliba and Gabriel and we brought in Haven, the young player, we kept Ben White, we kept Haven. Kyrgios came in and we moved Calafiori from left back to center back, right? And then we brought in what's this boy's name again? Miles Lewis Kelly as a left back to come and invert. So we basically just moved Calafiori from left back so we can actually rotate players because they can cover 2 different positions and they still look very good in those positions. So that was a good thing to see. So hopefully we have the right pieces, no injuries this season by the grace of God, fingers crossed. And we get the right pieces and we'll see how we push on. Yeah.
Moreno deal is gonna happen soon.
It should happen.
Arsenal are ready. I think Arsenal are ready to win the league. Ready. The team you are favorites to. No hiding this.
No, there's no hiding. There's no hiding. I said it last season. I said if Arteta is giving the players he needs this season, which is what they're doing right now, if he doesn't win the league this season, they should fire him. I said it last season. I said it before 5 games before the end of last season, and I've stuck with that. If he doesn't win the league this season, I think he should go, personally. Because at this point, this is where we now sit down and say, well,
but I'm not here to talk about Arteta should go.
No, I'm
actually being positive.
No, if we get
Arsenal,
if we get Marino,
good season.
Yeah, if we get Marino,
as well.
If we get Marino and we get a striker, and I'll still say this again, I want a striker up front and not on the wing. I know everybody's talking about.
If you don't get a striker, what happens?
If we don't get a striker, people are going to want to make it an excuse. I think we need another striker, and this is because of two major reasons. We don't have a backup for Bukayo Saka, but we have Gabriel Jesus. Now, if we depend on Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz to be our strikers, Gabriel Jesus with a knee injuries we all know are stuff that could reoccur again. If he gets injured at any given time, we're in trouble. Eddie Nketiah is going to Marseille, and that means as useless as Eddie is for us, which most Arsenal fans would agree, like they don't like, or Eddie is not good enough. We don't even have a not good enough anymore. So we need a striker up front as backup. That's the way I look at it. That position is going to be vacant.
The difference is, Dio, Man City don't win the league with every position having a top player. Last season, yes, Nunes was not good.
No, but I'm saying we need a replacement, though, because if Eddie leaves to Marseille, what are we talking about here? Are we going to just leave the striker position vacant? If Jesus gets injured, what are we saying?
Kai Havertz is the guy.
I know, but so if Kai Havertz gets injured, what happens? So all of a sudden,
Gabriel Jesus.
Interesting, isn't it?
So that's my point, though. You need.
Daniel was telling me.
I just said. I'm answering the question again because you don't listen, but Mo listens, and so does Ahmed, and they'll hear it. But it goes in here and comes out here. Kai Havertz is a striker for us. I agree. I'm saying we need a second striker. Reason being, right? Because Kai Havertz can play in two positions. Gabriel Jesus can play in two positions. We move Gabriel Jesus to the right to be Bukayo Saka's backup on the right, so that way we don't have to sign a winger. We have another striker that can double with Kai Havertz just in case anything happens to our striker. And then on the left, we have Leandro Trossard and Martinelli. It's that simple. It's simple math. So are you going to vacate that position? We had Eddie Nketiah as a backup who was not good enough last season. And now he's going to
saying Arsenal team is not ready to win the league right now. It stands.
No, we are ready to win the league, but we still have to get. But selling the striker, Ches, does that not make sense to replace him?
No. I'm asking a different question to the striker.
I've answered you. I said we are ready.
If you don't get a striker at all,
we're ready to.
We're still ready to win the league.
We still. You. How can you?
Yes.
How can you get rid of?
Hold on.
If we don't get, let me say it again. If we don't get a striker, if we don't get a striker, we're still ready to win the league. But if we don't, then they make it an excuse. And I don't want to give Arteta an excuse. I want him to have everything that he needs so that at the end of the day, I can come here and shit on your face and say, yes, there you go. Because he had everything he needed. He won. That's it.
Yeah, big pause.
Not in that way.
That's an
it's a saying. No. It's a saying. It's not literal.
I know.
I'm just trolling you, but it's okay.
As constructed, Arsenal can win the league. Like I've said it last.
We will win the league. We have no option.
Yeah. Look, it was a one-game swing last year. Now, no two seasons are the same, so it might not be a one-game swing this season. I'm joking around.
It was a referee's decision.
It was a referee's decision. It was a Trossard not finishing his chance. It's going to Fulham and basically shit in the bed sort of situation. So it's a one-game swing. So this Arsenal team. Okay, good for you. Listen, how can you hate from outside the club when you come and get in? Anyways,
Damn.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, that question has been answered.
It actually matters. That's what matters. Actually,
let me
continue. It doesn't work if you don't win the league.
So as presently constructed, I think Arsenal in very good place. I think what was good from today and what will be interesting for this season is I think that the team is 1 year older, playing together. It seems that they're really settled into a system. And I think the great thing now about this Arsenal team is that they can go both ways. If you want to go like machine for machine, they'll take you on. If they have to be defensive, they can be very solid. I think that makes it a better prospect where it's not just one way of playing football, which when we had Wenger, when we had other teams, it was very much like if we have to defend, we were in shit's creek, basically. So if you had a team that was good enough to attack, that was a problem. I think this team is solid enough to essentially do both ends of the game. What will be interesting would just be from a mentality standpoint, and all the things that other fans have said about Arsenal, has the mentality reached that point where they actually now believe they are the best team in the league? Because I think that's the difference between Man City and Arsenal right now. Man City players believe they're the best team in the league. I think Arsenal players still somewhat think they're the best in the league, but they don't play with that swag and that confidence of we're going to kill you in 30 minutes and the game is over. Or they do it up to a certain point.
Yeah, they do it and they fall off on that.
I didn't watch the game today. I was watching the Chelsea game. I think it was at the same time. So I heard you guys played okay, and Martinelli needs to step up this season. That guy is apparently even Arsenal fans that I talked to, they're not really rating him at all. He looks kind of stinky. He might could do with Pedro Neto, ironically. We got him now, so hold that.
But he didn't watch the game. He didn't watch the game. Oh, people listen to this. He didn't watch the game.
Pause.
He's going by what people told
him.
him.
Carry
on, Ches.
You have a listening problem. That's why you can't hold your mouth. And as I was saying, I was really interrupted again. What I was going to say is that two things could be true. Like, he still needs to step up this season regardless of how he plays still or not. And you can use an Arsenal fan, you can accept that's true. It might be the wrong message coming from the right message from the wrong person, i.e. me, because people think I say things out of banter. But I'm being serious. He needs to step up for your team. And there's no excuses for Arsenal. And the reason why I'm not going to banter you, man, last year, and even during the season, because the last year, Arsenal fans were saying they need to win the league. They have to win the league. They have to win the league. They didn't win the league. It moved on. No one talks about it. Nothing's really changed, Mo. Ahmed. Nothing's changed. Just move on. We didn't win the league.
Listen, it's the same thing. Listen, it's always we get more plays.
Oh,
we missed that striker. That's
hold on. What are you supposed to do when the season ends? You should sit down and cry throughout the summer, right?
You don't move on. If Chelsea get the players they get and we don't win, I'll have the same energy for my own team. That's the difference.
Yes.
When we lost
what energy is? What's the energy? Sorry.
Hold on. You spent a billion and you haven't competed for any. And you haven't. Hold on. You spent $1 billion. You haven't challenged for anything, but you've moved on every season.
Brother, you spent every season. Respectfully, you move on every season. You spent 200 million less than us, and you still haven't competed either. So
hold on. I spent 300 million less than you over the last 5 years. You spent 1.2. You spent 1.2 billion in 18 months. You spent 1.2 billion in 18 months.
Arsenal have not won the league. It's embarrassing. Have some standard.
So don't sit there.
If you want to talk, you spent 800 million pounds.
One at a time, guys. One at a time.
If you want to talk about the league, I have 13. You have 6. Take several seats back.
Oh, here we go.
Exactly.
Old point.
If you want to talk about it, I have 13.
We have -1, please.
Give all this chat to -1. They'll give all this chat to Chelsea. All this chat to other clubs. They don't win anything.
But that's the problem. That's not true.
And the thing is, Ollie, I'm objective. So if you man won the league, I've already said I've already said, one at a time. I've already said I think Arsenal win the league. So I'm not even bantering you when I say it. I've said on these streams 3-4 times now. I think Arsenal kind of win the league. The problem is you haven't won anything in a long time. And that's
you're stating the obvious.
Can we hear from Ahmed, please?
Yeah, please. We have -1.
Even -1.
Speak your man, bro. Listen, Ahmed, remember.
You're stating the obvious.
No,
you haven't won anything. Remember when I stated the obvious earlier in the stream? What did you say? You guys are stating the obvious. You're stating the obvious. Everybody knows we haven't won in 20
No, but I'm reiterating.
So what are we talking about?
Hear me out for Ahmed goes. Because even at United, you might banter them, but they still win stuff. You, man, are failures. You're failing. Let me finish up, Olu. I want to stop speaking.
Hold on.
Reality is reality. You just don't want to hear it because it hurts your feelings. The facts don't care about how you feel. The feeling of your club and how much you love Havertz, how much you love Saka, you've won nothing. It's time to win.
Let me
finish what I'm saying. I want to keep speaking. Because you're being very emotional. You can't hold your emotions in. That's what I'm saying. And separate the feelings from reality. You need to start winning. Every Arsenal fan saying we're delusional. Ahmed's -1. Man United, Inter this, Liverpool this. Your team hasn't won anything to be
Whatever.
having this much chest.
Whatever.
Go in the league, then come chat to me. You
So
failures.
are you talking
Go
about?
win the league.
Enough.
Wait.
Look at you
Dyer,
all.
Dyer, wait.
If we
Let me
get
ask you a question.
So let him
You're
speak.
failures.
Chaz, you're done
Dyer.
speaking, so let him speak. Olu, go ahead.
You're
Like,
failures.
are you saying this in total, or are you just saying based on a sample year of
Based
5
of
years?
expectations, not in general.
No. What time frame are we
In total,
working?
what
Because
are you
said-
saying? Arsenal is a failure of a
based on
club.
5 years-
Arsenal is a
All right.
failure of a club, or
Listen,
Arsenal
listen.
has or Arsenal has been a failure of a club in the last 10 years,
I need
or in
to-
the last 5
Never
years,
said
in the last
that.
3
Never
years.
said
No.
that.
I'm asking the question, Chaz. Are you saying, and this is a question, a very real question,
Yeah.
are you saying Arsenal as a club is a failure of a club, or are you saying in the last 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, whatever amount duration you want to put, Arsenal has failed in those years? I would like you to quantify it. So before I answer your
Let me
question,
quantify it for you because
so just quantify the timing.
To be clear, Arsenal have a team that is expected to win the league.
That's not the
would
answer my
say-
question. How
Let me land my
long? I
point,
want the
'cause you keep
duration.
talking.
Go ahead and give me a duration. Yeah, what's the time?
Dyer, please let him speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If
'cause you keep
you let him
interrupting.
speak, at least afterwards, you can mud him if after you've had the whole thing in it, my brother.
All right, go on.
I love that.
Bruh, what is this, man? It's the friends we
This
made
is
along the way.
perfect.
Gotta
Hey,
win.
Thank you for the ammo, Mo.
Go
This
on.
is Ahmed and everyone in the chat who's not Arsenal fan. This is what you call an emotional fan base.
I think
Just
No,
answer
yeah,
my question. Listen, hold on. Answer. Mo, I see what you're doing. Mo, I see what you're doing. Pulling up the chat.
Dio, I
I
think
want you.
it's
I want him. No, I want him. No, I want him to answer. No, you are not going to let Chess get away with it. Chess is going to give me a duration. Chess, you are going to give me a duration so I can answer your question. I gave you answer the question, Chess. Arsenal is a failure of a club. Is it duration based or as a club in its entirety? And if it is duration based, how long are you talking about?
Entirety when you're
No, so okay, so that means it's duration based. So how long are you talking about? Only wait, how long are you talking about? That Arsenal.
What I'm saying, let me make clear.
No, go on. How long?
Gosh, but this guy keeps talking.
Dyer, let him finish. Let him finish, please. Then you can cook him afterwards, my brother. Please.
And Ahmed's going after me, by the way, so you can hold your mouth for a bit there. As I was saying, is you, man, have a team to win the league. You rate your manager, you rate your players, it's been a 5-year process. Some of you man were teens, now you got kids. Do you know what I'm saying? So like life moves on, innit? It's time to win. You're embarrassing.
What is this answer you're giving? I gave you a simple question.
1 minute I'm seeing Arsenal fans saying
a pre-K child. Answer the bloody question. Answer the bloody question. The question is simple. What duration of failure are you talking about?
So
the
points.
Okay. Look. Let's just say it as it is. Yeah.
I'm going to tag Ahmed. I'm tagging you in, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Boom. Look, Moreno he's not going to move the needle if we're being honest. Yeah, he's a decent player. He's decent. Calafiori's decent. They're both decent. But in terms of the transfer window, what they've done, I don't think they've done enough to close the gap to Man City. They still need to buy better players. And I think they need, like Dio said, they need a striker, bro. Martinelli's useless if we're being honest. He's not that good, man. He's not that good. So they need a left winger because his decision making is not good. Saka's fine. The strikers, Jesus, Havertz, they're not enough. They're not good enough to close the gap either. You need a proper striker. So yeah, bro. Like with Arsenal, we've always said with Arsenal, that they've got a good coach and they've got a good team and they play good football. But that's not enough to win you the league title. You need to have someone either in your team or the manager to get it over the line. Do you get it? And that's been Arsenal's problem for the past 2 seasons, is that they've always come close, but not close enough. So we'll see if they can do it next season. And if they don't, then bro, you've literally given this guy so many tools. You've given him so many players. You've given him the time. It's time to deliver. For me, if they don't win the Champions League or the Premier League, then Arteta.
No, I think your logic is flawed.
Exactly.
Why?
I'm gonna tell you why. You mentioned about the gap between them and Man City. What happened last season? Both teams go equal. Went down to a decision from a referee, a player missing a chance. But in terms of a football and on the ground, Arsenal had the best defense. Man City had the best offense. Head to head, Arsenal actually got 4 points off the 2 games. This is just my personal opinion. Man City are brilliant and amazing last season. They had Kevin De Bruyne injured, but so was Thomas Partey, which is an integral part of this Arsenal team. They had Timber injured as well. So that so-called gap in the two teams, I don't think it exists. I actually don't think that gap exists, in my opinion. And I actually said that the team that was the best team in the league last season were actually Arsenal. That's just Mo. I actually think the decisions, some of the referees' decisions are actually tipped the scale towards Man City. Man City were so equal to Arsenal, and Arsenal were so equal on the pitch. Stats show that. Goals difference show that. Points tally is 2 points. That can be the penalty on McAllister. That can be the push on Gabriel. That can be the offside that wasn't checked on Kevin De Bruyne for the Spurs goal. Or that can be just one game off for Arsenal. But that so-called gap, I don't think it exists.
Yeah,
but you're saying Arsenal,
you cannot tell me, Ahmed, that there is a gap. You can, Ahmed, logically speaking, even if we forget the referees, you cannot tell me that there is a gap between two teams. When it went down to the last game, you cannot tell me that there is a massive gap between the two teams. You cannot tell me that.
exactly.
I don't think there is a gap. In terms of on the pitch, Arsenal were so competitive that even Man City couldn't play them out of the park like they did with every other team.
And also,
what is this gap? Who created this freaking gap? Where did it come from?
They will always try to banter with anything. They will always try to banter with anything. So it's
and also the logic. See, the reason why the logic also fails is because, like you say, firstly, when people say Arteta needs to be sacked, right? You always notice that it tends to be more people who do support Arsenal who will say these things, which for me is like, why would you want Arsenal to sack a manager to get a better manager to then win? Ultimately, you obviously, if he's failing, you'd want Arteta to stay in the job, right? Like, for example, I wanted Poch to stay in the job. I want Ten Hag to stay in Man United because I don't want you guys to win because I don't rate him as a manager. So this idea when you guys say, oh, you should sack him, it's like, well, why do you care if Arsenal get better? Ultimately, you should be the other way, right? Which makes me think that. No, that's what the conversation tends to be.
You've been on Twitter.
You're talking about Arsenal fans. I'm talking about what I'm seeing.
Ahmed, where do you see the gap? Hold on, guys. Everyone, stop. Ahmed, where do you see the gap? What gap?
The gap is in many.
Where?
The gap is in many areas. It falls to the manager, to the players.
No. What is the gap? What is the gap?
What is the gap?
Based on what? Habibi, based on what?
The manager. That's the only gap.
Literally.
And that's a big gap.
Hold on, Ahmed. Ahmed, hold on.
This is a big deal.
Ahmed, hold on.
This is a big deal.
Ahmed, please hold on.
This gap is a big deal because this is what decides if we can actually tell Arsenal are way behind Man City or Arsenal are, because if you guys see there's a gap, hold on. Let me finish that point, please. If you guys are saying there is a gap, you cannot fucking banter Arsenal fans for not fucking winning the league.
Exactly.
I think
no.
Exactly.
What I'm going to say, yeah, I actually don't think necessarily it's a gap of like talent wise. I actually so you won't necessarily hear me be saying that at the end of the day. But I think for me, where that gap may just slightly is, I think it's just a mentality thing. That's what it comes down to me. Like they need to really get over that hump.
And where does the mentality stem from? It stems from the manager. So what are you talking about?
Okay, but but that's fair. That's fair. And I said I did say
because that's my point. If let me just finish, Alu. That's my point for me. It's not actually necessarily. I think the players. I think the players actually because I'm saying like the players. I'm agreeing with you guys that the players are good. I'm saying though, realistically, it's going to be a slight mentality thing of just making sure that you believe you can win the league. It shouldn't be.
And is a big gap, bro.
That's why I said earlier on. Remember, I said that it's the difference between Man City and Arsenal is that I think Man City go on the pitch and they believe they're going to win.
Exactly. Yes.
Arsenal,
that's a big difference.
They know.
When you drew to Man City,
now we're talking sense, Olo. Now
that's
what I'm saying. Yes.
When you drew to Man City,
it makes sense to be said that.
When you drew to Man City, bro, you lot were like,
Ahmed.
Hold on. Wait, because now he's go ahead.
No.
Say that again.
I said when these lot drew 0-0, yeah. When these lot drew 0-0 to Man City, I saw them going like this. Brilliant, bro. You're supposed to be winning them type of games.
Yes, every team in the world. Yes, every team in the world.
Every team in the world should go to Man City.
Every team in the world go to the Etihad. They get a point. That's a fucking win.
No. Don't do that. He's not saying that.
Olu, can I say this again?
I want to say what he's saying. He's saying that when Chelsea went there and drew, we actually were the better team and we were disappointed. No one was bare gassed. I remember that stream. He wasn't
Also,
very happy.
bro.
Can I
But my
contextualize?
point is, what he's saying
And
is that
Arsenal,
mentality of celebrating.
and Arsenal against Man City.
Mo,
Chaz,
Mo,
they
Mo, Mo,
created more
you're
chances.
be objective, Mo. You have standards at Inter Milan fan. You know what he's saying. He might be saying a bit more tribal way, but you know what he's trying to say. Celebrating a draw should never be a thing. Never.
Exactly, 100%.
Unless it helps
100%.
win the league, literally. Unless
me
that
see-
draw
let me
helps
see
win the
this.
league.
If I am top of the league and I keep my
Exactly.
Celebrating a draw.
title
No one said
contender
don't be
within
happy.
arm's way, I'm
wait,
okay with
No,
it.
stop. I want to
Can
say
you-
this point.
Can
please,
you
Ollie,
stop?
before
Can you
get
stop saying
no.
they celebrated a draw? They didn't celebrate a draw. They
No,
celebrated.
please let me finish my
Listen,
point.
no.
Please,
Stop.
again.
I'm gonna stop you there. The fans
Okay.
were
I've
celebrating
got a
because
coherent point there. I want to
the
explain.
fans were
One
celebrating
stop.
because Arsenal was still going to stay at the top of the league. It wasn't
There.
because
I
of the
want to
draw.
say. I want to say
That's-
this, please.
there's a difference.
I agree with that. I just want to say this
Position
point,
matters
please.
as well.
Okay, can I just say
No,
one
The
okay,
thing?
reason,
real
the
quick?
reason,
please,
the
I
reason,
wanna explain
listen,
this.
the
What
reason
I'm
Chelsea
not
didn't celebrate.
One at
The
a
reason,
time, please.
Chess,
Let me
One at a
finish
time.
off what I'm
the
saying. so
reason,
ask me
the
to go
reason
again.
Chelsea. I'm not
No,
going to let
But
you.
Dio, let him reply, bro, because you always.
let me respond.
Dayo, let him finish. Let him finish. Go ahead.
What I'm
go on.
saying is, like, Ahmed is basically saying, which is a fact, because I thought Chelsea won the most out of all our clubs sitting in this table right now. So I know what it means to win. When we win games and draw games, there's an element of celebrating, being happy for the win or the draw in relative to where you are in the season. But the way you guys were getting gassed over that win, not you two in particular, maybe you was way over the top. And that mentality seeps into the dressing room. How we act online seeps into Olu shaking his head.
This
Like we
is
don't
not
listen
what.
to
This
him.
is not. This
Chaz,
is
by
not
the
what
way,
we're
your
talking about.
camera, but Chaz, by the way, your camera is
Chaz,
frozen. Your voice is
Chaz,
good.
Chaz,
Yes,
let's-
I'll do this.
Chaz, let's address.
Let me finish off what I'm saying quickly. I'm nearly done. What I'm saying is, you man obviously know this to be true because the social media plays a massive part. I'm not saying Olu says this, therefore Martelli acts like this, but the way you guys celebrated, everybody could see, in my opinion, as a winner, was way over the top. It's a draw. You defensively sat out the game. That's it.
Are you saying? So hold
The
on.
way you celebrated was embarrassing. It was really embarrassing.
So Chaz, are you saying that the way you Chelsea guys behave sips into your Chelsea dressing room? Maybe that's why you guys came sixth. Maybe that's why Pochettino and the players are not playing well.
I never said that's the
maybe
only
that
reason.
no, because if you're going to apply that logic to Arsenal, which is just really dumb. The bottom line is this. The reason I wanted to tackle Ahmed is Ahmed started by saying Mourinho will not move the needle. We don't know this. We know that we want.
It's my opinion, though. It's my opinion.
No. And I hear you. Your opinion is valid. I'm just listen. I'm not insulting your opinion. You've given your opinion. Let me give you a counter to your opinion. I haven't said you're wrong. I'm simply saying we wanted a certain profile for a certain position. We'll get it. Now he went on to say because the gap between Manchester City and Arsenal is very wide. After saying, listen, after talking about a player not moving the needle, therefore that leads me to believe that you're talking that there is a wide gap between the players and not mentality. Because if you wanted to talk about mentality when it comes to the gap, you could have simply gone ahead and said, hey, Arsenal right now look like they have certain pieces. If you want it, like this is how I look at it. I said it earlier, we need certain pieces to be able to go ahead and compete player for player with City. The next thing we need to do is work on the mentality to be able to compete against City. If you're telling me that there's a wide gap, now let's look at let's use a metric to guide it here. Every team plays 38 games in the season, right? Yes or no? We all know this. Arsenal last season, how many games did we win? 28. How many did City win? 28. How many did Arsenal draw? 5. How many did Arsenal lose? 5. How many did City draw? 7. How many did City lose? 3. 2 less losses gave City the title. That's not a wide gap if you go by the metrics of the amount of games you have to play.
Do you think City were at that?
Hold on, listen. That tells you that there's a mentality that needs to step up, and don't bring this logic with you. Where do you think City were at their best? Well, you're not at your best. Listen, I can bring in key players that we thought would make the difference for us that did not play all season.
Yeah, but they had Haaland.
Listen. My point exactly. I can also point to players on my team that were injured. If Gabby Jesus was firing on all cylinders like he was the season before, if Thomas Partey was there all season, if Timber played all season, I can give you the ifs, buts, and maybes. I'm going by the facts. No if, buts, and maybes here. I don't want to hear that. We lost because we didn't have the mentality to go on ahead and push forward. And I agree to that. But to sit here and say celebrating you being at the top of the table when you are like past the second half of the season, to celebrate and be like, at least we did not drop points. You're saying that is embarrassing. You are embarrassing for saying that. That is the dumbest thing I've heard.
Let me tell you something.
Dumbest thing I've heard.
If I'm playing a rival, if I'm playing against Man City, Arsenal, or Liverpool, no matter how shit my team is, I will never celebrate a draw. I'll never do that
That's
in my
not
life.
true. That's
Oh,
okay.
no,
you
I
wouldn't-
wouldn't. I wouldn't
Ahmed,
celebrate.
Ahmed, you wouldn't.
Because let me
you
tell you
wouldn't-
something, yeah.
Go on.
Let me tell you something, yeah. I've said many times that Arsenal have a good team, and Arteta is a good coach. I've always said that, yeah. I've given you credit where credit is due. Now he has to get you a lot over the line. The reason why I mentioned
I
the gap
agree.
here, the reason why I mentioned the gap here is because, for example, I used the example with Liverpool and Klopp, yeah. He's always went toe to toe with Man City, and he got what 97 points. He missed by 1 point. Yeah, you guys missed by 2 points, but I'm talking about the Man City team of all. That team was ridiculous. Klopp still managed to get a Premier League title over the line during, I think it was COVID time, by how many points? So you just because Pep is in the same league, it doesn't mean it's impossible. Do you get it? That's why I'm talking about the gap with Klopp and Pep. With Klopp and Pep, Liverpool don't spend as much as Man City, but you know what
Nobody
made
has
it
said it's impossible,
Wait,
though.
but you know what made the
Tyler,
difference? You know what made the difference with Liverpool is the manager in it. That's why I say if
Okay.
he wins this title, if Arsenal win this title, I'll come on the street and be like, you know what, I got it wrong with Arteta.
Okay.
I don't mind saying that.
I see that now that is perfect because the thing when people do the club thing, the problem is that people are using hindsight. We've seen it happen. That's why we're talking it. During the period where they were not winning it, everyone would have said we're saying the same thing about Klopp, right? And also when it comes to celebrating draws and things like that. Listen, as an older fan, I remember when Man United coming to Highbury and leaving with something was a good thing for Man United fans. Like especially in the context of the last few games of a season. When there's pressure, when it's like you can't drop a point, to steal a point, basically, which is what we did. We stole a point from Man City in the thought that we were not going to lose any other game. You're going to look at that as a point gained. The reality was that we then went to shut the bed against Aston Villa. Those two things are not the same. If we had won against Aston Villa, we would have won the league by 1 point. And you'd have said that 1 point was actually a well-deserved point. And you can see why they celebrated it. So yes, of course, it's easy in hindsight to look at these things and say, oh, it's X, Y, and Z. But you have to look at it for what it was, which was it was a high-pressure game. No team wanted to lose. And Arsenal being there waiting, the onus was on Man City to go and beat us. And it was for us not to lose. And yeah, you can say there's a mentality issue there. Like, will Real Madrid go and not, and try to win rather than draw? But Real Madrid have also gone to Man City and also gone to other teams
And done the same thing.
defended because they realized that actually we're in a position where we cannot attack. So this is where some of that logic and that argument becomes very, to use the popular word, disingenuous.
Yeah, listen, people. We gotta do the super chats and then we'll take you guys somewhere else. So Marco here is saying 4 EPLs in a row, and the disrespect you guys giving the best manager in the league is unbelievable. That's why everyone is saying Man City are still favorites to win the league. That's why people are saying that it's very hard to win the league, my friend. That is the thing, Marco.
Who disrespected
Nobody's disrespecting Pep. Nobody's
10 points.
disrespecting Pep at all.
Are they expecting us to just keep talking about Pep when we know Pep can do it? We're trying to figure out how other teams can do it over Pep.
We're trying to figure out who can actually beat Pep. Faisal is saying, Ahmed, why don't you take the title from City?
What did he say? Oh, he's shifting to my club, bro. What's my team got to do with
Not
Arsenal?
shifting. He's asking you, why don't you take the title from Man City then?
Because we're not in the position to win titles because we're not there. Simple
But
as that.
Arsenal is.
And Arsenal is, of course, bro. Of course, you
That's
guys
on, baby.
You guys on the pitch are ahead of United in terms of how you play football, which is why
there's a general point here, and it's quite sad. And it's quite evident from this conversation. Arsenal fans seem to be happy to be in the conversation rather than actually.
That's what I'm saying, exactly.
And I think you said that before. But what I hear, like, they seem like to be the only fan base where like they're involved and they're just happy to be involved. It's bare weird. Like, Chelsea,
happy to be here, man. Happy to be here.
I'm not saying
happy to be here.
All this waffling from Chelsea. All this waffling.
There comes in straight away. You know what I'm saying, right?
Sorry.
All this waffling from Chelsea. You asked the personal question here. You asked the question earlier about does Dyer think Arsenal will win? And I said yes. I said there's just a couple of pieces missing, and I said yes. So there's nothing about being happy to be in the conversation. The point is, I back my team to win the league against the best manager in the world, right?
Do they back themselves?
Simply,
Though?
That's the question, which is why we said the mentality. We talked about that. I back them from the outside. I look at this team and I'm like, you have what
Man,
it
you
takes
don't
to
win
go
the
on.
league this year, then. How funny that would be.
It
You know what I
doesn't
said?
matter.
There's nothing funny about it. I've stated
No,
it,
it would
and
be
I've said,
funny.
listen,
It
I've
would be
stated
very
it, and I've
funny.
said, and I've said,
Seeing you
clip
go
it.
for on these teams
If
running
Arsenal,
inside, very
listen,
funny.
what
He's
I said, if
baiting
Arsenal
you.
doesn't win
He's
the league this,
baiting you.
if Arsenal doesn't win the league this season, I've said it. Olu was here. Everybody, I've always said it for last
embarrassing,
season.
mate.
Fire
Embarrassing.
Teta.
Dio,
But what
he's
is embarrassing?
Dio,
What is
Okay,
embarrassing
okay,
is spending
okay,
1
okay,
billion.
okay.
He's spending 1
Okay.
billion and
He's
buying
baiting you.
shit players. That's what's embarrassing.
Dio, he's baiting you. All he's doing is every time you answer,
leave him now.
he's
Which is-
shifting the
which-
question slightly. He
Listen,
thinks it's very smart.
with his square
خلاص
head.
خلاص خلاص
You have
خلاص.
to just-
Anyway.
you
With
have
his
to
square
just-
head.
Marco guys خلاص Mo Porto beat Man United 2004 Champions League from a poor decision from a referee. We can go back in the last 20 years
That
of
was-
poor
That
decisions.
was a beautiful decision that happened when that happened. Oh, and to see Mourinho.
Guys.
I say this. That was the first domino that changed the Premier League. If Man United didn't get cheated and Man United actually beat Porto, Mourinho would never made it to Chelsea, and the whole Chelsea thing could have been totally different. That one goal changed Premier League history.
And we ruined Olu's heart for the next 15 years.
You're-
How old are you?
That's
How old
true.
are you?
That's true.
But
That's-
that-
listen,
to watch
Guys,
his rivals
before
win every
thank you,
single
Marco.
trophy.
Marco, I hope that answered the question. Guys, before we go, a couple of things I wanted to say. Ahmed, the channel, the bridge is in the description. He's going live right now to talk about Joao Felix and to talk about the Omorodion deal and Osimhen and everything. So please go. Someone from the mod, please. I'm actually myself. I'm gonna put the stream in the chat. You can just go, guys, and support Ahmed here. The link is in the description for his channel, and the link for his show is there. And also Ahmed, the Man United fan, is going. What are you talking about, Ahmed?
I'm going to be talking about, obviously, Bruno's contract, the signings, Ligt and Mazraoui, yeah? And talking about where United should be finishing next season and the whole, yeah.
20th.
United want to pay
Shout out
Bruno
to you all, shout out to
500,000
everyone,
a
and shout out the comment section. Big up
20th,
United
right?
want to pay Bruno 500,000
Chez's channel is in the description. So I just
my
posted
TikTok
the
as
link
well.
for both.
Ahmed.
I just posted the link for both channels in the chat. Can I just finish? Can I just?
No, you
say it?
can't. No, you cannot. No, I'm joking.
Guys, and this will take you to Husam's channel. He's gonna do football bingo. This is football. Husam is gonna be there. Go ahead, Olo. Say what you want to say.
I just wanted to say, we've been asking about predictions. I just want to ask one prediction to Ahmed, Man United Ahmed. How many goals difference do you think you're going to finish on this season? Because I don't think we should talk about positions for you guys.
What a
this
mad
year. I
question
think
is that?
we need to start with
What
goal
did you
difference.
say?
Let's move on, man. Let's
No,
not
that can be
What is your predicted goal difference for this season?
Anyway, we'll talk about this on Thursday. We'll see you guys. We're out of here, people.